The Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, December 12th, 2024. And we are coming to you live. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Oh, man.
I apologize.
Come on.
I know. It's a little dark over there.
Don't you look at it when I hand it to you?
It's so dark at the Starbucks, and for some reason, when it's Frask out, everybody goes, ooh, I'll go get myself a coffee. So the line is, 10 times as long.
Everybody likes a nice holiday red cup.
And the baristas are running around like crazy people. And I'm just giving them dirty looks saying, please get it right and hurry up so I can get to work.
Lighten up my coffee a little.
I know.
So
I'll take the L.
I mean, listen.
You don't have any cream at the house?
Yeah, no, I do, but it's not the same.
He has coffee at the house. What, he just make his own coffee? Come on, Carmen.
He should.
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
It's not the same, Carmen. It's not the same.
Why would you make coffee at home when you could spend $7 on a...
Let me ask you a question. Can you make a hamburger at home? Of course you can.
Yeah.
But where do you go to get your hamburgers? McDonald's.
No.
Oh,
No.
Come on.
No comment.
Come on. You can make a taco at home.
And I make tacos. I've literally had tacos the last 5 days.
Right. But you'd kill a baby for Taco Bell. That's just how it goes.
No. I'm sorry. I do not prefer fast food anymore. It hurts my tum-tum. Yeah.
You spit out my coffee.
I said tum-tum.
Oh, I'm healthy, Carmen.
No, I'm just it really does, and I just think that's a part of getting older, and I don't like feeling like crap.
I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest takeaway is when you eat fast food, how you feel after. You're like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And I constantly remind myself of that.
It takes a long time before your body remembers, because it used to be like they say like pregnancy. When you have a bad pregnancy, you forget it after you have the baby because you're so happy you have the baby, and then you have another baby and you're like, oh, it's such a bad pregnancy. That's how I am with fast food. And I eat fast food and I feel terrible, but then it goes away and I'm like, all I remember is the good parts.
Yeah.
It's like I'm never drinking again. Yeah,
exactly. I'll never have tequila.
I think when you're younger, you don't realize, oh, this is what's making me feel completely horrible for a day afterwards.
Yeah, also, I think you spring back a lot easier when you're younger.
Yeah.
That
when
is
you're younger,
true.
you're like, whatever, no big deal, whatever.
Yeah.
When you get older, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Did I get in a car accident? What happened?
Like, I barely got through the day without drinking and eating fast food.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was going to say, the last time I ate fast food, I was literally nauseous for the rest of the day. And I just sat in an uncomfortable desk chair because I couldn't get comfortable on the couch or the bed. And I was just like hurled over, hands on my belly. And I was just like breathing heavy. And I was just like, I want to throw up and also go take a crap, and I can't do either. And I just like that.
I don't think that's Taco Bell. That seems very dramatic.
That was
something else going on.
No, she's right, because the same thing with me. I went forever without eating anything bad, and then the one time I had it, I was hunched over in like a baby position.
Yeah. Like something's growing inside of your stomach is what it felt like.
Yeah.
I think you do it too much is the
That's what
problem.
it is. It's just used to it. You're just like, that's how you're supposed to feel.
I don't really eat a lot of fast food. I don't.
Burger guy.
Yeah.
When's
You
the
guys
last-
are the ones that say that. Have you ever gone with me to a fast food restaurant?
You're the one that's always bringing up how I was at Wendy's for the third time today, and they
Right.
recognize my voice.
Yeah.
That did happen.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
But-
the new McChicken's out. Oh, I had it yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like, maybe a couple times a month.
Have you went to fast food this week?
No,
Don't lie.
I haven't.
I don't believe him.
All right.
Not because you look bad. You just seems to be in
Right.
routine.
I never. You go
I
from
look
this,
bad for other reasons.
but you go from this job to one job,
Yeah.
and you don't pack a lunch. You don't have a sacked lunch in Mike's house, do you? Or
No,
you just-
I'll go to like Publix a lot, and I'll get like a sandwich there or get something from the deli.
Yeah.
All right.
I got to tell you,
suspicious.
Publix Deli is fantastic. They have so many good things like already made. They have great sandwiches and wraps that they make for you. Pick anything in the store and they'll put it on a sandwich for you.
Yeah.
You can put light bulbs on there if you want to. I went
that
the other day and I was going to get a wrap from Publix. And I said, the guy came up to me. The lady was making like orders, to-go orders, pickup orders. And so the guy was like, "Do you need something?" And I go, "Yeah, can I get a spinach wrap? I'm going to do turkey on a spinach wrap." And he goes, "Okay." And then he walks over and picks up the wraps, and then he holds up one to me. not spinach? And I go, no. Like, it didn't say anything to me, whatever. And I go, spinach wrap, please. And he goes, all right, hold on. And then he went over to the lady and asked her, and then she's like, you got to go here, whatever. You're going to take 4 lefts, and then you're going to go. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
All right.
Then the guy comes back, and he asks her again, and she's like, okay, they're fine. I go, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to save myself and you the trouble because I know that I'm going to get super frustrated. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut our losses, and just don't worry about it.
And that's the other thing. It's easier to eat at home because you don't have to deal with people.
Listen, if you can get Amanda to make you a sandwich, I suggest you do that.
Okay, I'll be over today.
She is it's just something in the magic in her fingers when she delivers you a sandwich. You're like,
yeah.
I did have a McRib on Monday.
Fast food!
I thought about it.
Wow.
Yeah. But that was the only time this week.
We knew.
I thought about it. I'm like, wait, I did have the McRib.
I can't believe I've eaten one McRib in my life.
Yeah.
One. And nothing about it.
But I had one, and I'm like, not like, oh, I got to go get another one. It's just like, I don't know. Once it comes out, you have like one, and then that's pretty much all you
I
need.
love the way they make it look like a rib. Like they give it little lines and stuff.
Like a little mini slab of ribs.
Yeah.
Speaking of ribs, we got food coming in today from the Brisket Shop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, sorry,
Yes.
Carmen. I'm sorry.
I'll be there next week. We can do that.
We got nothing that day.
Yes, we do.
I don't know. I just got a text that said the Brisket Shop's coming tomorrow, and I didn't even question it. I went, okay, that's good.
Just
I'm
let
happy
it
with that.
happen.
Yeah.
Let it happen.
Yeah. So anyway, and they're cooking here too. So yeah, it makes it even better.
I'm getting grumpy, Gringo.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm getting grumpy.
And then call us gringos.
Grumpy Gringo is very good.
Grumpy Gringo, so good.
So Bobby Kelly called me yesterday. What do you think he called me about?
Yell at you about some food or something?
Yeah.
Yell at me. Yell at me. Yes.
Okay.
Dude.
Not about food.
He yelled
The
at
chocolate
you.
milk board.
Something like that. He is convinced that Pap is about to break because we keep giving him a hard time about the chocolate milk board and stuff. Because Joe,
He's talking to his
I'm
microphone.
professional.
Yeah.
you're not as jovial as you usually are.
Well, I mean, I got a lot going on.
I had explained that to Bobby. I said, but Joe's mom is, older and living with him now, and he's got a lot of responsibilities, and he's a little stressed out. He thought you were still breaking over the, over the chocolate milk thing, like because we were giving you a hard time. He thought it was making you mad.
No,
He was looking out for you.
I mean, I told you before, the reason I was upset had nothing to do with you guys giving me crap about it.
Right.
I just didn't want to say anything.
You didn't want to sell Max out.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to throw Max under the bus.
Right.
I like
I mean-
Max. He's my friend, and
Right,
I didn't want to do it.
I mean, we're not concerned about the $1,500 piece of equipment, really. It's about people's feelings we care. That's
Your
what's
name
important.
came up yesterday.
My
during
name?
the conversation.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
no.
scumbag.
Also, stop saying you're friends with Max. You're not friends. You're
Yeah,
not
like that.
friends with Max.
Like that doesn't
They're
sound
buddies.
weird.
Nah.
No.
Oh, I'm friends with Max.
Yeah, I got a lot
No,
of.
Max is your friend's son.
Yeah, but we're
Yeah.
buddies.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
but Joe makes it like that they're writing back and forth to each other.
Right.
no,
Are you?
it's no, definitely
Gonna
not.
meet up at Buc-ee's or something.
No.
How many 10-year-old friends do you have, Galvin?
No.
Like,
All right.
First of all, he's 12, and second
how
of
many
all,
12-year-old?
the other
a lot.
10, no, 12
Yeah.
tons of.
Once they get to 12.
That's it.
Yeah. The other thing was he loves coffee, bitch.
What?
He's like, yo, you got to lay off Pap. And I said, why? I go, never. And he goes, he's getting so mad. He fought with G. I go, oh, they fight all the time. He goes, yeah, but now you got trash can guy and coffee bitch. He's like, I love coffee bitch. So yeah, you struck a new chord yesterday.
Yeah.
Did I make Robert Kelly laugh with that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yes. He loves coffee bitch.
Well, that makes me happy.
Listen, I will take coffee bitch over trash bitch any day.
You're just taking coffee, bitch.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Listen,
okay
have
with
to
that.
give
When
a
I look at the totem pole,
comparison is
coffee
not
bitch is
necessary.
much higher than
When
trash
I look at
bitch.
how dark that coffee is, I believe
Yeah.
I'm the coffee bitch today.
Yeah.
I
What do
don't
you
know why
like
that's
better,
weird.
coffee bitch or burger guy?
I don't like any of that.
Ooh. Man, multiple superhero roles.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
Which Coffee Bitch is DC, Burger Guy's Marvel.
Yes. No, I think Coffee Bitch is out Ms. Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Marvel, yeah, for sure.
Burger Guy is DC.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Marvel way more successful,
More edgy,
and tolerable.
Galvin.
Yes.
Have you, since it seems like you and I and Pat are the only ones going to the Christmas party on Friday. What do you,
for a little time.
Yeah, Joe's leaving early. He ain't going.
at least he's putting the effort in.
Yeah.
No, he has to be
He's
there.
getting paid.
it's not.
Joe, who's paying him?
Yeah.
Who's paying you?
He already said that he is because of the job. He's going for the podcast.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'm not paying
By
him.
the way, you're the worst liar.
Yeah.
Your face immediately.
Paying.
Nobody said you were paying him. She said he
Oh.
was getting paid.
Who's
you,
paying you,
You know
Joe?
that he's getting paid.
I
You
don't
who's
know that
paying.
he's getting paid.
Your face says different.
Yeah,
Joe, have you and I discussed getting paid at
He
all?
literally said it on air.
yeah.
What? But hold on. Have you and I discussed you getting paid at all?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I'm putting hours down for the setup and turning those into cocks.
He said on air that he was getting paid.
Right.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
On the Mike Calta Show, though. I don't know whether you know that or
Yeah.
not.
I
You were
know.
here. You had the headphones on. Hello?
Right,
Hello?
but I was
Can you hear me?
wondering who was paying him. So
That's a different
Yeah.
story.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, if not for the podcast, would you be attending the Christmas party?
No, it's Christy has a Christmas party.
Yeah.
I'd be going to that.
See?
Her name is Sugar Pants.
Sugar pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you going to ask me? What am I wearing?
Who are you wearing? Yeah.
Dress it up a little bit. Some slacks and I don't know, maybe a sweater or something.
Yeah. I thought about that too. I don't
nice.
know yet.
I look nice.
You got to dress it up. You're on the podcast.
You know, it's a podcast, dude.
You know,
Who cares?
it's video podcast, isn't it?
I mean, I'm not gonna wear a tank top.
All right.
I'm just saying. I don't know what.
Go as is, I guess.
You're gonna wear your red velvety
Nah.
jacket.
A couple of reasons. Well, I've worn that on Christmas before too, and it might be a little tight these days.
Oh,
I took it to there's this
tight
alteration.
now. You're losing weight.
Yeah, I know, but God knows when I got that thing. You know.
Oh.
So I took it to the alterations place,
Yeah.
and I said to the lady, I said, I need this jacket. I need you to fix the sleeves. And my sleeves are a little long on one jacket. And they said, in this jacket, do you have any room to take out a little bit, make it a little bit more roomy? And she looks and she goes, no more room. And I go, I understand. And I go, how do you think it shrunk? And she goes, I don't know.
Can you add some fabric? To it?
Yeah. Can you put a panel in the back? Just a elastic panel or something in the back?
No more room.
It fits. Like I could wear it. It's on, but I don't
Just
like
not
it. It's just not comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Maybe kind of put like a Christmas tree right in the back.
Yeah.
big green elastic Christmas tree that expands when I breathe.
Some
Sure.
garland and lights.
No, I have. I have something to wear. I'm fine to go. I just wasn't sure how dressy.
Is your wife not going to get dressed up?
No, she's always. She's got to get her hair done,
Right,
her makeup
so
done, and all that
You
stuff.
can't be sitting next to her, in gym
just-
shorts and a t-shirt.
Well, I'm not wearing gym shorts,
Teresa
yeah.
Giudice,
Yeah.
who probably travels with a hair and makeup person and a
Right.
seamstress and everything else.
I was thinking about that the other day when they were playing that guy on Brian Thompson, the CEO that got killed.
Yeah.
How he doesn't travel with security, and I thought, what a pain in the ass that must be to have to travel with security. Like you can't, like the guy that he's not in a government job. He's not so rich that he's gonna kidnap him and hold him for ransom, but he still has to worry about lunatics, just taking a snipe at him.
When JD Vance was in some of the podcasts, he was saying that was the biggest thing that was really tough to get used to was now that he had security 24/7
Everywhere.
at his house.
Yeah.
And he had to explain to his kids who are young what's going on. He said that was really weird and tough to get used to.
One day, and I'll save this for the book, but one day, not one day, but for a while, I had 24-hour security because I had a threat a long time ago, and that was weird because it wasn't Secret Service where there were like 14 guys. It's like there were 2 guys, and they were there 24 hours a day, and everywhere I moved, they had to move, but then they had to kind of stay inconspicuous.
Yeah.
So if I get in the car, and I remember one of the guys in the morning because there'd be an overnight shift. And then I'd leave in the morning, and I had I had a faster car at the time, and they would yell at me when I got to my destination. They go, "Hey, you have to slow it down." And I go, I thought you guys had souped up cars,
Yeah.
and they were like, "We do, but we don't want to be going 90 miles an hour in a 50 to try and catch up with you." I was like, "All right, I get it."
Do you want to hear how crazy people are?
Oh, I know.
You were talking about the CEO guy that got killed.
Yeah.
The green jacket that he was wearing.
Oh,
Yeah, is a $225 Sherpa-lined hooded jacket from Levi's, and it is flying off the shelves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People, they can't keep it in stock.
Did you see the video?
Hey, that guy got murdered in a really cool jacket.
People are insane, man.
Did you see the video of the kid that looks like him?
That's so funny.
With the mother?
So funny.
He gets in the car. And he's wearing the hoodie and he looks like the killer and the mother's
he's
like
smiling.
It's not funny. Go back inside. People are going.
She goes, no jacket, no hoodie, take it off, and he's smiling all dumb. And
I thought that was the guy. Like it was the guy at first, but then I realized it was something else. But yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, some people are like celebrating this guy.
A lot of people are celebrating.
Well, there's something to celebrate there because United Healthcare has a reputation for being the absolute worst when it comes to paying claims. I told you I was talking to a doctor, and the doctor was like, they will just deny until it becomes too late. So if you got a kid, and that kid has got a cancerous tumor, and the doctor says, yep, it's a tumor, we got to remove it, they got to go through treatment, they'll deny it, and then by the time it gets approved, the kid's half dead.
Yep.
Right,
Now,
but that doesn't justify murdering somebody.
100% does.
Oh, no, that's
if
not
that was your
business.
kid, you would feel differently.
But you should be pissed off at the legislation that allows
it's
that.
not the legislation.
Well, it's the government that allows
operation.
that.
No, it's
No.
not.
It's the government subsidies.
The government only handles the.
But the only way to change that is through government legislation, not murder on the street.
No, you're wrong. It hasn't changed.
We're going to justify murder?
Is it going to change
yes.
now that they murdered the guy?
That's
No.
it's murder
Listen to me.
the other way around
All of the other CEOs, it's criminal. It's criminal what they
They're
do. All
both-
the other CEOs
they're
have
both
beefed up
wrong.
their security now.
They're both wrong. That's what it is.
I have to tell you, I don't think that the kid was right, but I understand the kid. I don't. First of all, let me rephrase.
Justify murdering somebody.
I
too. Stop
don't-
denying claims.
I still don't know the motive of the kid. I
They
don't,
said
I don't-
his
you know what I
uncle
mean?
was sick.
Yeah, but
also
I've heard his uncle is sick. I heard that his back pain is bad. I've heard all these. We really don't know what the kid's motive is.
I get that, but anybody justifying that is to me is insane.
Okay, but do you guys want to talk about the real conspiracy theory?
Oh, here we go, Spanish.
It's not even. They didn't even get the right guy. Have you seen the eyebrow match?
No.
Everyone is because they're going off the mask, right? And he has the mask on. He has a hoodie up, and you can see his eyebrows. His eyebrows grew about 2 inches
Carmen,
inwards and upwards in 2 days.
I haven't read anything about that, but whenever I saw this guy without the mask, I go, "Is that the same guy?"
Exactly. Then on top of that, they found his Tinder profile. So they are all these women and everything are going through it, and they were like, and eyebrows are a big deal right now in the cosmetology world.
His DNA already matched the bullet casings at the scene.
Oh, because you can't put DNA anywhere.
Listen to me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Carmen,
you got it.
If you search Luigi,
Instagram is probably right.
No. But like what Carmen's saying, if it is a whole conspiracy, they're setting this guy up.
Right.
This guy looks like him. That has the whatever. I get what you're saying. Probably not. But he does look different.
It looks very different from.
The crazy guy that's screaming and had the manifesto is not the guy.
Who knows?
But did you see he had the
screaming?
Probably 100% is.
But he also was in a book club, and they were reading the manifesto of some serial killer, and and they had the guys in the book club talking about how he was like, none of us saw this coming. It was totally normal.
Listen, one of the number one things that they say is that what killer travels with the exact gun and all the evidence in the car with him.
And then on top of that, he just goes into a McDonald's, and Galvin just talked about the guy couldn't figure out a spinach wrap. You're gonna tell me a McDonald's employee was like, "Oh my God, this guy just murdered someone 2 hours ago." You know what I mean? It
was on everywhere in the news.
But again, very suspicious. The conspiracy theories are out there. I'm just saying.
Doctors are supposed to do no harm.
So why is this guy admitting that he was the guy if it's a conspiracy theory?
No, this guy's not. His lawyer is saying
he's got the manifesto that admitted everything.
His lawyer. They haven't told you what the manifesto says.
Yes,
yet.
it's out there. It was released.
Yeah, but what Carmen is saying is that they're saying he didn't write that was something that they were reading.
Right, and they're and got planted on him. Because why would you travel around with the weapon, the manifesto, the same clothes when you're trying to get away?
He's not trying to. He was trying to send a message to the healthcare system.
Yes,
that's what I think. The minute they took him out of the car and he was screaming, he said something about pulling the wool over the eyes of the American people. I think that this kid is mental. I think it may be as a result of his surgery or whatever he has, but I believe that he's got. I don't think this is a. I don't feel like this is a charge against the healthcare system. I think this kid's got issues.
Yeah, they released the manifesto, what he wrote, which was on him in the backpack. The DNA matched the bullet casings they found on the scene. And he's admitting
did a good job of setting him up.
It's very easy to set people up.
He admitted to the police he was the guy.
Okay, there's truth serum. There's literally a drug called the truth serum. Are you guys
following the story?
Yes, we're telling you.
Did you see whenever they were bringing him in and people were yelling, Luigi, do you have anything to say? Luigi, did you see that part?
Yeah.
And then the one guy goes, Luigi, it's me, Mario. You knew it was coming, but it's still funny.
They released all this stuff yesterday.
Yeah. The kid's name came out, right before they started releasing all the photos of him and stuff. So I searched him on Google and found him and found the page and the pictures that he's using. There's pictures of him at McDonald's and a bunch of other stuff there. But then there's another Luigi Mangione on there who also has the same exact hoodie that this kid had and had the same exact eyebrows. So I was like, wait a second, which Luigi is it? I couldn't tell for a little while. So the eyebrows are hard to go by. It's hard to figure out. How the McDonald's employee spotted him, I have no idea. And if you're at McDonald's, if you're anywhere, if you're at Starbucks and you look at the guy in front of you and you're like, well, that looks a little bit like that guy. Do you call anybody? Like, what would it take for you to call the police and say, I think I mean,
if you think there's the murderer is in your McDonald's, I think I would probably call somebody.
But what in your mind, like in my mind, I look at him and I go, what do I know? It kind of
looks like him.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not calling him, embarrassing myself and telling the cops I think I see the guy.
Oh, listen, I think I call and I think I do it anonymously. I don't even give my name or do anything.
What is $60,000 on the line?
Yeah, but also getting involved because you know that lady's name's out there now. Her name's out there, and who knows what's going to happen with her.
True.
You snitched on him. You know, if they're thinking this guy's some sort of hero, savior, whatever. This guy over here, do no harm, shows up with his army jacket on and shoots the McDonald's lady.
So I'm working at McDonald's. I'll take the $60. I'll take the $60.
I mean, you want that for sure, but
so you're saying if you're at a restaurant and the guy that's all over the news, who's a murderer, walks in, and your family's there, you're not saying anything or calling anybody?
But how do you know?
I think the murderer might be sitting 2 booths over from us.
I'm calling, but I'm calling anonymously. Yeah. I just don't want to be in it.
If it's a guy that if it's somebody like Charles Manson, where we're like, oh, Charles Manson's here, it's a different story.
It's other than a guy that walked up and shot somebody on the street.
Manson never killed anyone.
Here's the thing: is that the only thing that I've seen on this guy is a picture of his eyebrows and his eyes. Now I got a full body. How do I know? Like the question to myself is,
but it's not. You're saying that it's 100%. Yeah, you're saying I think it might be this guy, and then
I'm telling you that the other day I was driving home from work and I explained to you guys that I thought I saw a guy taking pictures of kids with a telephoto lens.
Right.
And I reported him to security, and security said, "No, idiot, that's a cop running radar." And I went wah wah and drove home.
Right.
So I don't want to. I'm in Pennsylvania. The murder was in New York. I don't want to call the police and go, "Look at this guy on TV. Look at his eyebrows." If I saw that guy, I'd be like, he's the guy.
Could have been him.
Yeah. Right. So, but the thing is
that it's a tip, though. You know what I mean?
How many times?
I think I saw the guy that matches the description, who's the murderer.
Yeah, it just seems.
And they said, "Okay, thank you." Where you?
It seems like a far stretch for me. It wasn't like the guy with the club foot and the forked fingers on his hand. I saw that guy. It's just the guy with the bushy eyebrows.
But, I mean, they probably get tons of tips all over that they investigate, and it's nothing. Just like. You thought the guy was a pedophile.
Right.
And he was doing completely harmless.
Right. How many times have you called on bad drivers for being a drunk driver? Because I come into work every morning and there's someone always swerving around. And I'm easily saying, that's a drunk driver. And what I do, I drive by it.
The last time I did that was Christmas time last year. There was a guy swerving into traffic. I was watching him commit crimes. I was watching him put people in danger.
But here's my question to you. Whenever you thought that guy was taking pictures of kids and you told security, what did they say to you? They didn't say, no, idiot. What did they say?
They said, okay, we'll go check it out. And then they said, wait, it was an F-150. That is a police officer.
And were they nice about it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, that's part of their job. Is to investigate. Probably 99% of the things they're investigating is totally wrong, and they're like, "All right, but we got to check it out just in case to make sure, or whatever." And they check it out and see.
Yeah. They probably got hundreds and hundreds of tips through that whole 5-day process of people that thought they saw the guy.
And they would rather have 100 wrong tips than no tips.
I mean, you got a murderer at large on the street.
Right. What I'm saying is, we go back to the original argument. If you were at that McDonald's and you saw this guy based on what was available to the public at the time, and what you can see of this guy, would you realize would there be enough of your recognition to say, I have to call the police?
I probably don't think I paid that close attention to people. I just mind my own business.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, how could you?
And but I have to imagine that's most McDonald's employees. It just seems a little far-fetched.
Well, I'm not saying it's a conspiracy at all.
Oh,
I don't think so. I think they got the guy. I think he's mentally ill. I think that he has probably had some run-ins with healthcare through his family or whatever. He also has had the surgery that they said has made him celibate and made him angry, and
it's easy to pin it on him.
And he's disappeared from his family for a couple of weeks, and I think he's in a mental spot. Anyway, back to the other argument. I think you would feel entirely different if your daughter came home and said, I have a pain in my neck, and you took her to the hospital, and the doctor said she has a lump in her throat, and this has to be removed. And the United Healthcare denied it 6 times, and that 6 times took you 13 months. And in that 13 months, they finally approve it, and the doctor goes, no, it's too late. I think
this
you
is an
want to kill
argument for
somebody.
socialized medicine. This is probably the best argument for socialized medicine.
And
this
how
is
it's
For or
privatized
against it?
For it, because this is privatized
And
healthcare.
where does
Doctors are supposed to do no harm, and this guy, as CEO, is supposed to make the most money. That is a disparity.
He's not a doctor.
I know he's not. He's not allowing the doctors to do their
But
job.
he's running the company.
Yeah.
But if you go around shooting everybody that's wrong,
I'm not
to do
saying
their job like that, that's
This is an
crazy.
insane
I'm not
argument
saying-
to me.
I'm not
Yeah, but
saying
listen,
that's okay.
it's not justifying the crime. I'm not like, what he did is going to change things either. No, it's absolutely wrong, but it's drawing more attention to this now than it ever
At
been.
the price of somebody's life, an innocent person?
Yes.
I don't know
people
how
does he
innocent
kill?
the guy is.
We don't know that he's not.
Yeah, but we kind of do
But you can't
based
say
on
he
what
is
he's
or
done
he isn't.
before.
So now we're basing justifying murder on we kind of do?
So from my speaking to people in the medical field, they have been very, very adamant about the fact that United Healthcare is the absolute worst insurance company because of their denial practices.
Right.
So there is a system there in which they're beating the system to deny health care to these people who pay for it,
right.
and they're dying as a result
And
of
those
it.
people
And what
That's
is
a crime.
What system are we talking about? The government.
No.
It's
It's
not the
it
government.
has to be
That's
handled.
privatized
Joe just
healthcare.
said the medicine needs to be socialized. What's that? It's the government. You
Yes,
have to,
but
you have to
that's-
change
because-
if
but we're
you wanna
not there
change-
now.
But killing somebody, just justifying murder on the street.
But you're not
is-
from the streets, man.
I just need to know. What is
Gio's
it?
very against murder.
Is it 3 times that you get denied, or 4 times when you get to kill the guy?
Yeah, that's insane to me.
Like that's
3.
Yeah,
I understand you want to kill the guy. I understand that there's a lot of people that want to rob a bank. There's a lot of people
There's a
that
big difference.
want to
Yeah.
do.
There's a big difference.
What if you need money for your child surgery?
But why do you need it? Because you got denied from the CEO.
But no, there's no. If you're going to rob a bank, you're going just to commit the crime because you can't pay for a surgery. That's irresponsible on your part for not having the proper insurance and all the other. So this doesn't justify it.
You should be angry at the politicians that are allowing the legislation that allows these companies to operate the way they are. To justify murdering a CEO on the street
I'm
as
not-
some type of
I'm
win
not,
is
scumbag.
crazy to
I'm
me.
not justifying it. It is illegal, and the guy got killed. He's got a family. It's
Right.
not justified. It's understandable.
These companies, these medical companies, whether you feel they're wrong, they're operating under the terms of the government. They're not doing anything
Good.
illegal.
Look over your shoulder.
Yeah, but that's the same thing that people say.
That's insane to me.
It's the same
you're
thing that people
crazy.
say about Trump. And, Trump bankrupt, but he's operating under the
Right.
under the
It's
terms of the law.
So to me, it's government legislation that
They're
needs to
allowing
change.
it. They're
Doesn't
allowing
make
it
it
to be
morally
legal.
acceptable.
Yeah, but
It's the same with the Ticketmaster price gouging and stuff. They allowed it until they didn't allow it. Until
So
they
you're
said, "Oh, this is a problem." Whatever. I know, obviously, it's bigger problems,
Yeah.
different problems, but it has to be regulated by the government.
Yeah.
If they say that this is legal and you can do it that way, then they're doing it that way, and it's that's business.
right.
that
And
doesn't make
it's-
it okay. It
Nobody's
makes it
saying
moral.
that it's okay.
So it makes
but it's
murder
also
okay
not
instead?
okay to murder this
right.
guy.
That's right. So if you step into that realm, then okay, look over your shoulder.
I'm
Stop
telling
being a
you.
scumbag.
That's crazy.
I'm
You're out of
telling
your
you, you
mind.
guys aren't putting yourself into the role.
No,
of
I
somebody
get
who's-
it. No, we both get it. We both get that
Right.
you would want to.
My
You
feelings
would want
shouldn't
to.
justify
But the
murder.
fact that we live in a society and there's rules and regulations, and you can't just go around murdering people that upset you.
Okay, let me ask
But
you this,
also
though. Let me ask
to-
you a question. What brings more attention to this situation? A private citizen with a sign that says change legislation, or one guy that goes, I'm going to kill the CEO of this company? What does more?
Good attention or bad attention, though?
All attention is good attention.
Yeah, it's got attention. That's fine, whatever. But it also is crazy.
Do you think more will come out of this murder?
No.
Than if somebody were to just protest on the side of the street?
No.
I think you're wrong.
We openly we vote for all these politicians all the time, and we don't follow. Most times we don't look into what their policies are and how they feel about different medical situations and how the system is run.
This is not the policy of the government. This is the policy of the private company that is run there.
But these companies are not doing anything illegal.
Right, but what they're doing is 100% immoral. They're denying
and
the
murder
claim.
is moral?
No. The murder's wrong too.
So I can't wrap my head around justifying murder because a company is working under the guidelines of the government.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Should I go kill Tim Cook from Apple because they have slave children going in there?
Right. I mean,
getting all the resources for the Apple for the iPhone.
What if they enslaved your child?
Right.
What if they enslaved your child? Then would you kill him?
Should I?
I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but it would give somebody a reason.
Sounds like you would, Mister. Look over your shoulder.
The CEO didn't make the laws.
Be a moral person.
If I think that this is, I mean, I know you get it, but I don't think you understand the impact of if it was your child. If it was your child and you had to sit there and watch your child die as a result of the greed of this company, you would understand. Not that you don't understand it, but I think you would feel differently.
Okay, so your child, what about his 2 kids?
Yeah.
Well,
what about
you should have thought about
bet
that.
they have the best health care ever.
Jesus,
I bet they're taken care of, and I bet they have the best health care ever.
So they're going to be super healthy without a dad.
Well, his claim is denied.
This guy is has a family and kids as well.
Good. Then he should have understood that you can't do that.
But he's not doing anything illegal.
No, it doesn't matter. It's immoral.
Joe, you've done immoral stuff before. You've been immoral. You're immoral.
Yes, I haven't killed anybody.
Bang, bang, bang.
I haven't killed anybody.
But you were immoral.
You're saying
that guy's
he
killing
didn't kill
people.
it. No.
Different level of immoral.
Yes, he is.
So now it's levels.
But murder.
Yeah, but it's being immoral and having extramarital sex or something along those lines is way different from being responsible for the murder of a child.
Murder is
so
moral.
you get murdered because you're a CEO that's running a company that's completely legal.
Allowing children to die because you want to make the most money.
You're allowing children to die. You have an iPhone.
Well, I know, but I'm not. Okay, but it's not my child.
Nope. Oh, now it's not your child.
Yeah,
it's not my child, not my problem.
There are people out there who feel that way, and that's just the way it goes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I can't wrap my head around that
argument. And that's when society goes into the toilet and it becomes just a murderous free-for-all Mad Max.
Because where does it stop? Then how do you justify, oh, well, my kid had a tough time.
Oh, well, it says here you were denied 3 times. It says you were denied 3 times, so good shot. You did a good job.
Change the legislation.
You want a catalyst for change. This is a catalyst for change.
Right.
And I'm not
saying that it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not.
Well, you did say that. You said you don't think it's going to have any effect on it.
I don't. No. I don't think it's going to change anything more than it was before because it's a crazy guy who went and shot the guy. But it's bringing attention to it. I understand that.
You never. I mean, to my knowledge, I don't know for sure, but you've never had to file claims at United Healthcare. You've never been through this. You've never been frustrated with the fact you can't get medical attention.
I can't understand the exact same way, but I grasp it and I understand that.
Right.
Would I want to kill this guy? 100%. But also, if I have another kid or if I have a family, it affects them. It's not just me. I don't live in a vacuum, so I can't go kill this guy.
Well, like Mike said, he's on. That guy was hurt and on a bunch of medication. So could it be the medication that made him lose his mind?
I think this guy's nuts. This guy's nuts.
For sure.
But Galvin, you're going to tell me like Jenny gets diagnosed with a terminal illness. Or she gets diagnosed with an illness and they say, look, we have to treat this right away. And you go, okay, well, of course, let's treat it. And they deny it. And then you go, okay, well, put it through again. It's got to go through. She's getting worse, and it's getting worse and getting worse. And then finally, when they say, okay, we approve it, and she's an ounce away from dying, and she dies, you don't think that you're going to have different feelings?
No, I understand that and completely would want to kill the guy.
Right.
But you can't.
No, I know.
But some people will.
Some people will. Is what the whole point.
Of course,
there are people who
some people will cut their arm off because they think they shouldn't have an arm.
Yeah, well,
like
the people who set themselves on fire in front of places.
Yeah. I understand that there's crazy people. I understand that there's crazy people.
But you can't, people are celebrating this guy and thinking
because
it's okay.
they feel like they have been taken advantage of and they have lost loved ones, done all this stuff for so many years. and nobody ever does anything for them, legislation-wise or anybody else. They feel like they're the little man in this, and they feel like they're never going to get ahead.
That's why I say you have to go against politicians.
But that's so it's not.
They're making the legislation.
I know, but that's not black and white. You can go like if I love this one politician, I can do as much. I liked Anna Paulina Luna, and I didn't like Kevin Hazlett, and I did what I could to get Anna Paulina Luna elected. I have a different job than most people. I have reached a larger audience. I influence more people. If you're just a guy who's an electrician, you don't have that. You don't have that. What you're doing is you're an electrician. You're making an okay living, and you're watching your child die because the money that you paid into your insurance the right way every paycheck for your entire adult life is failing you right now. That's not a politician's
I think we have
fault.
two different arguments going on here.
I'm saying you can't justify murder.
It's not justified. It's not justified.
Yeah. Understandable, not justified.
I don't think any of us, maybe Weirdo Joe, but I don't think any of us think it's justified.
No, like people think it's cool. They're celebrating. They're buying his jacket.
Well,
they're putting up pictures. They're putting up pictures of other guys that are CEOs.
Because some guys are making this guy a hero because he is drawing attention to a problem that most people don't have to deal with.
Right.
That is where he becomes the hero.
We don't want to be him, but we're glad guys like that exist because that may motivate. Because
we're glad murderers exist.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be with Joe's
That's
argument.
a crazy argument.
That's
insane. My argument.
Murder's not justified.
Too bad.
You can. What do you mean too
Joe
bad?
said too bad.
What do you have against murder, Gio?
Yeah.
You are very
Why do you
against
hate murder?
Crazy. Listen, go. Hey, I don't like your shirt. I can just shoot you.
No.
You didn't kill my kid.
I can't wait.
If you killed my kid, I'll come after you.
I can't wait to murder somebody and say Joe and Mike said it was hard.
Yeah,
They said it was totally
crazy.
fine.
Do that.
Hey, man,
that works.
Murdering's cool.
Yeah.
The guy's cool. He's sexy. He's awesome. Yeah,
Just be aware people like that are out there.
that's why I don't confront
We
anybody.
know that.
Yeah,
The CEOs need to know
there's
that
murderers
too.
everywhere.
Wow.
But again, like I said, these CEOs they're not doing anything illegal.
No,
so
they're not. They're just making the most money in the most scumbag way possible.
But, so you have to
what it
change
is.
the legislation. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not
I
a shocker.
agree.
The fact that guy makes $90 million a year or whatever he makes, and then there are people who are spending their very last penny to
How's he
try
going
and
to spend that now?
pay for the
Welcome
coverage.
to America.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're fired up this morning. Good morning, everybody. It is a Thursday morning, which means we got an open letter rewind. We take a break. We'll come back with the open letter rewind, and then we'll do Sporkle next if there's no murders in between on 102.5 The Bone. Carmen,
Yes.
what do we have to give away today?
A bunch of stuff. So we have tickets for Busch Gardens Christmas Town, Winter Seltzerland, which is happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
An entry for the Harley giveaway.
Okay.
Brett Michaels Party Gras.
Uh-huh.
Tia. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. We do not have those.
Oh,
Popular.
it's happening Sunday.
Yes,
I'll
popular
be there.
ticket. Everyone. You're funny. Sticks and Loverboy, Monster Jam, and Supercross.
All right, let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Okay, today we're going to play movies by jobs. Can you name the movies when given the actor or actresses and their job in the movie?
Movies by job, okay?
Yes. And there's a couple movies per actor, so we're not just moving on, okay?
All right.
So your first actor is going to be Denzel Washington,
Okay.
airline pilot.
Oh, what?
Denzel Washington, airline pilot.
What is
Such a simple.
Yeah, the fly person. Damn it!
Flight.
Ah,
Very close. Very close. All right. Denzel Washington, football coach.
Remember the Titans.
Galvin. Denzel Washington, LAPD.
Training Day.
Yes. Geo. Your next actor, Bill Murray, bowler.
Kingpin.
Galvin. Bill Murray, weatherman.
Groundhog Day.
Galvin. And Bill Murray, parapsychologist.
Ghostbusters.
Pap.
That was
What?
Gio.
Joe, keep your goddamn mic on.
Sorry.
Geo, get to the point. Your next actor, Robert De Niro. Texas State Senator.
Wag the dog?
No. Robert De Niro, Texas State Senator. Machete.
Machete.
Machete. Robert De Niro, bus driver.
Bronx Hill.
Geo. And Robert De Niro, bounty hunter.
Midnight Run.
Mike Calta.
I gotta see that.
Oh, you haven't seen Midnight Run? Oh,
gee.
my
I started it a couple times. I know it's amazing. It's great.
Mila Kunis, executive recruiter.
Oh.
Mila Kunis, executive recruiter.
The big date.
Friends with benefits.
Yeah.
Justin
The Justin
Timberlake.
Timberlake,
Yep. Mila Kunis, ballet dancer.
Black Swan.
Galvin. Mila Kunis, hotel.
Saving Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
Saving Silverman. Damn it.
Mike Calta. And Pap, we are halfway there.
Michael has 2 points on the board. Gio with 3, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 4.
All right, movies by jobs and actors. Your next actor, Tom Hanks. Toy tester.
Big.
Galvin. Tom Hanks. Mob enforcer.
Road to Perdition.
Geo. And Tom Hanks. FedEx executive.
Castaway.
I
Mike
almost said Survivor.
Yeah.
Calta. Your next actor, Tom Cruise.
Oh.
Sports agent.
Jerry
Jim
Maguire.
McGuire.
Mike Calta. Motivational speaker.
Magnolia.
Galvin.
I had a point to go, and he just said it yesterday.
And Tom Cruise. Contract killer.
Collateral.
Galvin. Your next actor, John Cusack. Record store owner.
Empire
High
Records.
Fidelity.
High Fidelity. Galvin. Puppeteer. File clerk. I guess that's you,
Dean
Joe.
John
Malkovich.
Malkovich. Yeah.
Mike
That was such a
Calta.
terrible movie.
And John Cusack. Professional assassin.
Something high.
Oh my God.
The Killer Man.
John Cusack. Professional
What is the name of that
assassin.
movie?
Some town.
Gross point
Yeah, Gross
blank.
Yeah.
No point. Your next actor, George Clooney. Fisherman.
Perfect Storm.
Geo. Career transitions.
Up in the air.
Galvin. And George Clooney. U.S. Army psychic
The Men Who Stare at
spy.
Goats.
What?
Men Who Stare at Goats.
Yes. Galvin. Your next actor or actress, Julia Roberts. Actress.
Notting Hill.
Geo. Waitress.
Mystic Pizza.
Galvin.
Pretty Woman.
And Julia Roberts. Legal
Pelican Yeah.
No.
assistant.
Oh, yeah. Say it.
Legal
Yeah.
assistant.
Legal assistant.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Aaron Brockovich.
Yes. Is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
No point.
How do you not
Nope.
go Pretty Woman?
No point. I didn't make it.
How do you go Mila Kunis?
Yeah. Prostitute. Whore.
She's a hooah.
And Pap, we're on our last actress, which means we're on the last 3.
Michael has 5 points on the board. Gio has 6, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 11.
Oh,
What?
man.
Ah, man, I thought I was in it.
You better get these.
Oh, man. I thought it was close.
All right.
It's not.
How did that happen?
Movies by jobs, last 3. Here we go. And your actress is Meryl Streep.
I'm out.
Chef,
Julia.
Galvin. Nun.
Oh, sister act.
The Habit.
Sophie's Choice.
Doubt.
Doubt.
And your last one.
Devil Wears Prada.
You son of a bitch.
That's messed up.
You broke my streak.
Your one win.
That's streak.
Your final
Streak
score.
Slayer.
Michael with 5 points on the board. Gio with 6. And Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 13.
Kachaya! Woo, 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 woo!
What are the
24. What? You got to talk over it.
sorry.
Why do you have to talk over
Every
it?
Streak
time.
Slayer.
Oh, you talked over my
It's
streak.
too long.
Bah, bah, bah.
what are
Justified.
the year-end totals?
Hold on, we're totaling. We're
Yep,
totaling.
that's fine. Yeah.
I have 17. Galvin has 73. Mike has 106.
It's a lot closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two.
Our scores are closer than they were in previous years. That was almost double. All right, Calvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, I blame Connor, Moo to Poo, and baby's first uranium.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, Calvin, there's your news. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and dive into it next on 102.5 The Bone. I don't ask for a lot of things from you people. Right now, I'm going to look at it real quick so I can get an accurate telling. We have 12,000 subscribers to our YouTube channel. I'm going to ask that you go to our YouTube channel. If you simply go in your search browser and put in calta.tv, CALTA.tv, it should bring you right to our YouTube homepage. Couple of reasons why you want to do this. One is so that if you are a subscriber, it'll notify you whenever we go live. So in the morning when Joe fires up the box, it'll say, hey, these idiots are live on YouTube. You can watch the show. That comes in handy if you're wanting to watch the show, but also I'm going to say this, and it's probably not going to make a lot of people at work happy, but whatever contract we have with the people who stream the show is the absolute worst deal ever made in the history of transactions. I have never seen a company that has a lack of follow through than the stream company that is in charge of streaming this radio show. Every day, including today, I get an email or some sort of photo or something where somebody says, hey, the show is not uploaded yet. And just to reiterate, that's not you, Carmen, correct?
Correct.
Now, who does that? Do you know the process?
It's that is the.
I don't want to know the name of the company because I'm going to just talk about how terrible they are. I just want to know, like, what is the process?
So the process for the full show replay is our sounder, our intro, is to light off. It fires off where it starts recording,
right,
on their end, and it will record all the way up to our outro, which is another marker,
different tone,
to stop it.
Right.
So that way it knows, and then once that happens, and 20 minutes or whatever, it should be instant, usually about 5 minutes. It starts playing again from the first marker to the last marker, and that's full show replays. I am in charge of Sporkle, news, open letter.
I don't know who told I don't even care about Sporkle. I don't know who's. I mean, whatever. Do it. Don't do it. Doesn't matter to me.
Listen, people love it, and it's up on there. There's a portion of it. So, Sporkle, news, open letter, and featured cut. I'm in charge of those. So if there's like a clip that doesn't go up, but again, the system, we weren't able to put stuff up for about a month. Because
ridiculous. I mean, you're closed at that point. You're closed.
What would you say you do here?
Yeah, if you can't do it for a month, you're not working.
Right. Well, I mean, I do other things. That's not the only thing.
No, not you. Not you. I'm talking about the company that says, yeah, we'll put up your clips, but we can't do it for a month. Well, then you're not open.
Well, and again, it was just the clips. It wasn't the full show replays.
Doesn't matter. If you can't do what you said you're going to do in the deal, then you're not doing your job.
It wasn't necessarily the company.
Oh.
Someone on our end. But anyway.
Wait. I need to know that. I need to know the dirt.
Not here anymore?
Oh, we talked about it. No, corporate. They moved some people around, and who's ever in charge.
Just forgot to do it.
The system changed, so we had to relearn how to do it. Basically, there was a new procedure on how to do it.
All garbage.
Yes, 100%. But the person in charge of that
rushed out the door.
Just, was kind of like, hey, do it this way. And we were like, well, that takes away the whole point of why we do it in the first place.
Well, listen, this is why I didn't want to smash the company that does it, because I don't really know whose exact fault it is. But all I know, it's a faulty system. But
full show replay is on the company.
But I know it does work, and that's the YouTube full show replays. Now, you don't get them till the next day, but at least they're up there and available. So if you're somebody who missed the show, you can go back and find it, and you can watch it, and you do that. And if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, it helps. Now, I will tell you this. Tomorrow is Winter Seltzer Land. That's happening at the Mahaffey. Everybody's invited to go by. Teresa from The Real Housewives is going to be there. There's going to be over 80 different types of seltzers out there. There's going to be other handcrafted cocktails. There's going to be food. There's going to be entertainment. And it is also the Cox Media Group Christmas party. So all of your favorite radio personalities are going to be there. I will be podcasting live from there. In the podcast that is me and my wife will be broadcasting live, and you will be able to watch it on YouTube.
Oh, okay. That's why I was curious. Are they going to have speakers out there? Are you going to be able to hear you guys?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You'll be able to watch it as it happens live. I don't know how entertaining that's going to be.
Yeah, I just didn't know whether they're having like Christmas music and then going to cut it and be like, all right.
We'll be upstairs.
Okay, so different area.
Yeah, in a different area.
I just want you to know they are not planning on bringing out speakers so that people can hear it.
That's not what I heard.
Okay.
I got an email that says there'll be a speaker there, a monitor speaker, so people can hear it.
Okay.
Who told you differently?
Dylan.
It's so funny. I actually got an email that said that there will be this setup, and a speaker so people can hear what is going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
A speaker?
Yes. Like, I think there's just one, so if you're in the vicinity, you can hear what's happening.
Yeah, because there's going to be like music and a DJ, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It specifically said there will be a speaker so that the people can hear what you're doing on the podcast.
Joe, I got a Bluetooth speaker in the car if you want to borrow it.
Joe, I am very concerned with the camera angles and all that stuff. How many cameras? We have one camera?
One camera.
And what is it going to shoot? Just the whole thing?
Yes.
Will there be zooming and moving, or it'll be just one steady shot?
No, there can be zooming and moving.
Okay, not that we necessarily need it. It's just that
which chair do you want him to zoom in on?
Well, I heard from a third party who remained nameless, says no hair and was here yesterday, that the video broadcast from Walmart was absolute garbage.
Yes.
But that really doesn't matter to me because there's nothing to see there. Mm-hmm. Right? Or you agree with that assessment or no?
I do agree with that. That was we did not have good audio there, and the internet connection was garbage.
Gotcha.
There was, like, in Joe's defense, which can't believe I'm defending Joe, there were a lot of people on that internet connection.
Yes.
There was a dozen laptops. There was a ton of stuff.
Also,
Phones.
in Joe's defense, that was the first time we did that. Oh, no, we've done it for years.
Yeah, every year. So what I'm saying is that tomorrow, if you can't make it out to Winter Seltzer Land and you want to watch the podcast live, you could do it as it happens if you simply go to Calta.tv or YouTube and search the Mike Calta Show and like and subscribe us. It'll notify you when we go live tomorrow. So you can go about your business, about your day, and then all of a sudden you get a little ding, and it'll let you know we're live, and you can watch it right there from your phone or your iPad or your computer or whatever you're watching.
Should I, while you're there and doing the podcast, hold up my phone and show you that you're on YouTube?
You can. If you want to take action on it. Yeah.
Is your wife even going to show up?
Yeah,
yes, of course.
Because yesterday she was going through the comment section.
Done.
She was very shook and a little shaken about.
There is a podcast called Who Are These Podcasts? And what they do is they listen to people who have podcasts and they decide why they have a podcast, if it's worth watching. And they were on episode 8 of my podcast and they ripped it to shreds. Listen, if you're listening to this show and you're going to listen to the podcast I do with my wife, it's not the same. I'm doing a entirely different show with my wife. So anyway, those guys did a great job at ripping it up. My wife did not care. She did not care that they said it was bad. They did not care about the mean things they said about me. She cared about one thing.
A lot. She was very upset by this.
She was wearing a Wu-Tang shirt, and they were like, what does this bitch know about Wu-Tang? And my wife was like, she was in here rapping. She was in here. If it's anything that chick knows about, it's the Wu-Tang Clan.
They basically said stolen valor, and she knows nothing.
Say what you will about this show. Say what you will about me. I'm fine with it. But when it comes to my wife and the Wu-Tang Clan, how dare you? How dare you? I know nothing. I know that Method Man was there for a while, and there's a Jizza and a RZA and a Spliva, and I don't know nothing. I don't like their music. I don't find them to be entertaining. I think that it's all just a bunch of yelling to me, and they lived in my neighborhood, and I don't, or close to my neighborhood.
Is the Ghostface Killer still Wu-Tang? Is that Wu-Tang?
That is Wu-Tang.
Okay.
I don't know if he's still in there. I know there's Raekwon the Chef. But why there's a chef in the Wu-Tang Clan, I don't know.
Yeah, you got a lot of people. Yeah, you
People gotta eat.
People got to eat. Yeah.
I wish we had a chef here.
Yeah. Oh, we have one on the way.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
It's so funny that you bring up Ghostface. This was a long time ago, and I've told this story before. He came into the club that I was working at, and people were excited, and they're like, "That's Ghostface Killer," and I go, "I don't know what that means."
Yeah.
This was 90s or something, and they were all excited about it, and I go. They said, "Do you want an autographed picture of him?" And I go, "No, but ask him if he wants one of me." Like I don't know what the Ghostface Killer is.
I know Method Man because he does a lot of songs with Limp Bizkit.
And Method Man did acting and did stuff.
TV
whatever,
shows, yeah.
He was great. He was great on The Wire.
Yeah.
If Raekwon the chef was here, I'd be like, from the Food Network? I wouldn't know. I do like Method Man. I do like
Redman? Is that what?
Redman was a part-timer. I don't think he was in the Wu-Tang.
Oh, really?
You know who the greatest Wu-Tang member was? Big Baby Jesus, Old Dirty Bastard. Now we're talking about somebody that I know about.
That I know, yeah.
But I don't know the music. I wouldn't know his lyrics if he spit them in my face.
Him on MTV with his
welfare card.
Right.
Yeah, his album sold, and then he's using his welfare card.
Are there less famous rappers now that are in the Wu-Tang still touring? Is that how it works?
I think the Wu-Tang now is like a Jizza and a RZA, and you don't get the other guy.
They're not the super
Maybe
popular
the
ones.
Ghostface one.
I got to tell you, you're asking the wrong Calta.
Yeah,
It's true.
I don't know why I asked. I apologize for asking the room.
Yeah.
So to wrap it up, if you want full show replays and you want all sorts of interviews and other stuff that goes on, including painting with Pap, simply go to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It makes life a lot easier. And for you people who email me and they say, hey, I want to watch the replay, but I can't, I always go to YouTube. It's there.
But who the hell is putting polls in the chat? Who does that?
Not me.
Somebody's putting like, is Geo coffee bitch or burger guy poll?
I like that. That sounds like a good poll. What's
There's
it? What's the result?
I'm not going to tell you the results.
Oh.
Go to the YouTube page if you want to see the results.
Well, I give you Burger Guy more than Coffee Bitch.
Well, you would be in the minority.
Oh, wow.
60% say coffee bitch.
Coffee bitch.
My word for you when it comes to coffee is Coffee Angel.
Thank you.
You deliver like an angel every day.
I
But
know.
also, that's 5 days a week, coffee. And according to you, burgers only once a month. Yeah. Which maybe
Burger Liar is probably more appropriate.
I don't know.
Burger denier.
I don't know if it's Dick. I don't know who's putting
Denier.
these polls in there, but I don't appreciate that. So please
You should
stop.
embrace it.
No, please stop.
Oh, that's right. There's a live chat in there
Yes.
as well. So
I go in the chat from time to time and talk to the people.
you can follow along on the show and chat along with the people while you're in there. It makes it a lot easier.
Stop putting up the polls, Dick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What's going on there? It was a jewelry store commercial, and it looked like a midget was proposing to a guy. Oh, it's a Golden Diamond source. It looked like a lady was. I don't know if she was on one knee or if she was a midget. That would have been great for the commercial. What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Ladies can't propose.
Ladies can't be midgets. What?
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Oh, we had a whole gang of lady midgets in here not too long ago.
So interesting that you bring that
They're
up.
called a gaggle.
Oh, sorry.
I sent a picture of me and the gaggle of midgets to Dan yesterday for one of the pins for the cruise.
Nice.
Yeah, I got some good pictures. I must have sent about 20 pictures over to Dan of different things on the related to the show for this year's pins.
The pins were such a hit. Like people went nuts.
People loved them.
Very excited.
Well, think of how valuable last cruise's pins are going to be on this cruise.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
If you show up with a lanyard and it has last cruise's pins on it, that's going to be something.
That's got to be a prize in itself.
Yeah, I have one lanyard with all the pins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm going to try and just keep saving them all. This year, I know the Love Tiger's Foot is going to be the big hit.
Oh no.
Love
That's
Tiger's
gonna be
Foot's
so
going to
I
be a
think
big
you're going
hit.
to do the Fat Bobby Skinny Bobby pin.
For which one?
Fat and skinny Bobby.
Yeah, like one
Fat and Skinny Bobby for
one
sure.
Skinny Bobby.
There's
But
a good
also-
one of Joe.
The Love Tiger pin, whenever you pin it on, it oozes.
Oh, why?
Yes.
No.
Oh, can we make it scratch and sniff?
Oh,
Scratch and puke.
Oh, come on.
the pin of Joe is great. It's when Joe did his push-ups and then stood up all triumphant. Yeah.
Oh, why does he get a good pin?
That's a good pin.
He earned
That's
it.
right.
He earned it.
Yeah.
There's some interesting ones on there. So, all right, Galvin, what do we have in news?
Today's top story, President Joe Biden announced that he is commuting the sentences of some 1,500 individuals and pardoning 39 people convicted of nonviolent crimes, marking a broad use of the presidential clemency power just weeks before the end of the Biden administration. White House officials are billing the move as the biggest single-day act of clemency in modern history. The president, who has come under growing pressure to grant more clemency, before he leaves office, has also promised that additional action will be announced in the weeks to come.
Who did it say who they are?
It's a bunch of people that are in nonviolent stuff. Also, people that were like on like home arrest kind of thing.
Yeah, like can't let you go, but can't really put you in jail.
I think there's people that like write the president and write him a letter asking to be released.
That's how Henry Hill got out.
Yeah,
because Karen wrote so many letters. They finally were like, just get him out, give him work release.
No Joe Exotic. He's not going to let Tiger King out.
I think that's up to Trump.
Yeah, Trump should do that.
Trump gets in. Do you think he should be out?
I don't know what he did.
Oh, he had the
murdered animals and attempted murder and all kind of crazy stuff.
Attempted murder against who?
Carol Baskin.
Did he really try to kill her?
Well, he set that guy up to kill her.
He hired somebody and they like
conspiracy to commit murder.
Yeah.
What about
you're very lenient with murder.
Gio hates murder.
I didn't know the I didn't know the story. So but she fed her husband to a tiger.
Yes.
Allegedly,
yeah. They can't find him.
So he allegedly wanted to commit murder, and she allegedly fed her husband to a tiger.
But there are facts and convictions on him, and he also fed tigers to tigers.
Yeah.
Like he would feed animals to other animals.
I don't think he's a good guy for animals, for sure.
He's garbage. He's definitely garbage.
Carol Baskin, I also don't think killed her husband. I had her on the show and watching her speak, she seems like a very level-headed individual. If she was the big crime kingpin of murderers, she's pulling the wool over people's eyes. I
think they sold Big Cat Rescue.
I don't know. If I were her, I'd get out of the business too.
Yeah.
I don't even know whether is it in operation right now?
No, I don't, because it closed during COVID, and then the documentary came out and never opened back up.
Yeah.
I went there with Drew. We toured the whole place.
I went there once.
Yeah.
I went there once.
So what do they do there?
They just have it's rescued animals.
Yeah.
So it's animals.
But even now, if it's closed.
Oh, I'm sure they rehouse the animals.
Yeah, I think they did.
So it's just a piece of property sitting there, or it's
it's a prime piece of property right there over by the Citrus Park Mall.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's it's several. When I went, it was huge. I mean, it's several acres.
I was over there yesterday, right there by the overpass, and I'm just waiting one day, just look over and see a tiger walking along the street. Somebody left the gate open. Tiger figured out how to get out.
Upper Tampa Trail goes right by it every time I go by it. I'm like, oh boy, what do I do? But I will tell you that I was out there and they had the lion that was in there, and it was doing the low rumble. And you can hear that for like miles.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And you can't hear them move, because I was standing by one of the cages and it came running up behind me.
Stealthy,
and
man.
It was in the back of the cage, which is pretty far. And then I turned around and it was right up on the cage. Yeah. And I didn't even hear it move.
I'm telling you right now, anybody listening, if you get a chance to go down to Naples and go to the Shy Wolf Sanctuary, I got to go to that. That was one of the coolest things in the world.
What's a Shy Wolf? Like wolves?
Wolves.
Right.
Yeah, it's like...
But I got like a super VIP tour, so I got to be in with the wolves, and they were all. It was at one point I was scratching the
wolf went,
but I was like scratching them and stuff, and he started howling, and then all the other ones started howling, so I started howling. It was great.
They're like domesticated, where you can touch them.
Somewhat,
right?
Some are, some aren't. Not fully domesticated, but they were raised in captivity, so they take care of them, and it's not like they had them. It's stupid people that have them, and then they're like, oh, I didn't know
it was a wolf.
Yeah,
it'd be great to have a wolf like Game of Thrones,
right?
Well, so I have Hazel, which is part husky, and the first time I ever heard Hazel isn't bark, but she does and that's the weirdest thing. The first time it was like a bark was stuck and it wouldn't come out.
Huskies are crazy. Huskies will make that where it sounds like they're being tortured. They're just excited. But they're doing that, and you're like, oh my God, is something stuck inside you? What's happening?
Cries while she eats.
Oh, yeah?
And then when she eats, it's weird.
If there was any doubt about who the real king of cringe in MMA is, Colby Covington reminded fans yesterday that he still holds that title. Covington, who headlines UFC 63, it's going to be on ESPN. It is right here in Tampa, happening on Saturday night. Attended a media day right off the bat, started attacking NBA star LeBron James. I blame Conor McGregor. Like, you're trying to get media to talk about you and this and that.
It's an act.
Just listen to this dope. Here is Colby Covington from UFC. Take a listen.
I'm gonna start this off. Since I'm the man of the hour, the man of the show, I want to ask LeBron, what does he mean by there's no party like a Diddy party? I truly want to know. And not only that, LeBron, how many Diddy parties have you actually been to? I'm really curious to know. And is that the reason you left social media? Because all the backlash you were getting for going to so many Diddy parties? Just pathetic, man. People think this guy's a role model. He wants to defund the police. The most patriot people of America, serving and protecting our country. LeBron, you're a scumbag, and I hope you get locked up in the same cell with Diddy.
Good one.
I wish I was there for that press conference yesterday. I got invited to it, and I wish I would have gone so that I could have stepped and go, yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Who asked for your opinion, stupid?
Joe, hit him with the scumbag, though.
Scumbag.
Hit him with the scumbag.
He's trying to get clipped on Sports Center.
Yeah. Who can I talk about? LeBron James is one of the biggest names in sports of all time, whatever. By the way, he went after John Jones as well and a couple other people. And it's like, shut up.
John Jones would kill him.
Conor McGregor did it great. And he became a spectacle. And whether you liked him fighting or not, whatever, he was a huge star and ran his mouth and he was funny. And, did all this. This guy, they're the most patriot people.
Yeah.
I don't think
McGregor did it first.
Yeah.
You can't,
Yeah.
Who is he fighting?
He is fighting Joaquin Buckley.
And that is this Saturday here in Tampa.
Yes.
Am I going?
No.
As of right now?
No.
Oh.
No.
Would you like to weigh in on it?
I mean, I don't have tickets.
Yeah.
So probably not.
No.
I mean, just to be on an even playing field.
What happened?
Nothing.
Were there tickets? You were supposed to have tickets?
Were you just wishing for tickets, or did you talk to somebody?
I'm thinking about going, and I haven't decided whether or not I want to go yet.
So you have tickets?
I didn't buy tickets yet.
Oh, I thought you had tickets, or you were getting tickets from a source.
Something like that. But I'm not. Right now, I don't know what's going on.
But what I'm asking is, did that fall through, or
No.
Did somebody promise you something and
were you supposed to be in a suite?
Nothing has fallen through.
all right?
I'm just saying I don't know if I'm going to go.
But now you're saying you'd have to buy them if you want to go.
It depends on where I sit.
Oh.
All I'm saying is tomorrow I will get, before we make our decision for the week on out of how many gigs I'm going to actually go to, I will give you full disclosure.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just letting you know.
I'm sticking with 2.
Probably not going on Sunday.
Are you waiting for an invite from somebody?
Maybe. Titus hasn't called me yet.
Okay.
Sunday, I did not, in my observations about the weekend, did not realize that the Trans-Siberian Orchestra coincides with the beginning of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. That's a little bit of a... So...
Bucks play at 4.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not.
And that starts at
2:30 and then get all the way home.
Right.
It's
a lot. Yeah.
I think it's TV in the Sprinter.
What's that?
Oh, it's Sprinter's gone.
Sprinters in Miami. This
Oh,
weekend.
yeah, you can't do that. I mean, come on.
I got to drive myself.
Yeah, and
I got to drive myself to the Christmas party.
And you can't watch TV?
No.
I mean, come on.
So now we're down to 3, and you don't have tickets for one of those. So
Yeah, so it's unlikely. It's unlikely.
I'm sticking with my 2.
Mike Calta Show, good morning. Hello.
Hi, is this Mike Calta?
Yes. Hi, what is your name?
Could I have tickets?
I'm sorry. Carmen, is that you, me?
No, it's on.
Okay. Then there it goes.
Bill Belichick had seemingly been waiting for the right opportunity to return to the NFL sideline. Instead, the 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach is headed to the college ranks to take over at North Carolina. The school announced it had reached a 5-year deal with Belichick, roughly a week after Belichick's name resurfaced as an unlikely candidate to replace the program's winningest coach, Mac Brown. The deal requires approval by UNC trustees as well as the UNC public systems governors, and introductory news conference has yet to be scheduled yet.
I don't understand why Bill Belichick went to a college. I feel like at the end of the season, there's going to be some football opportunities for him, unless they're blackballing him from the NFL.
Well, the thing is you can make a ton of money as a college
I don't think
football coach.
But like, did you see Fox NFL Sunday? It had Julian Edelman, Tom Brady, and Gronk on together.
Yeah,
and they were asking questions, and they're like, "How do you think, he's going to do?" And they were all like, "Terrible. He's going to be not a bad coach," but then hit the whole recruiting process and him having to go. Brady said the best was, "I can't see Belichick sitting on a recruiter, trying to recruit a student sitting on the couch, telling them why they should come to the school." He goes, "It's going to go a lot like, I don't know, you want to come play here?
Yeah,
you don't want to go, don't go." He goes, "You're going to get a lot of that." So, also, did you see that segment? Did you see they each had a paddle with their faces on it? And they asked him a question. They had to hold up who they thought what the answer was.
Right.
Who do you think they all said was Belichick's favorite player?
Gronk.
No.
Who?
Edelman. Yeah. They said Brady said Edelman because Edelman was. He goes, "Oh yeah, Jules was his favorite," and he goes also because he took a healthy hit against the salary cap. He saved them room in the salary cap. Yeah.
You made me think of something with every time I see that now, I'm like, is Tom Brady really there?
He was for this one. Yeah.
Did they zap him in from somewhere else?
No, they actually brought him in the studio. Yeah. It's pretty cool that they could do that.
Oh, it's very cool. Yeah. But the ratio is off.
Yeah, the first time they didn't have the ratio right, and he looked like a monster compared to them, like his size and stuff.
It was weird.
Wait, who is at the door, Gio?
What's that?
Who is at the door?
Oh, Grill and Provisions.
Oh, Brisket Shop is here making food.
Yeah.
What do they bring? Did you see?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what they're making? I know. He told me. But
I heard yesterday Wagyu burgers. Today I heard Wagyu tacos.
It's burgers.
It's burgers.
Yeah. Burger guy.
All right.
Do you approve?
It might be tacos too. He said he's got a couple things coming.
I can only eat the inside, so it doesn't matter to me if it's a burger or a taco.
He said, "How many?" I said, "Just 4."
Yeah. 4 hungry fatties.
Yep. So I'm very excited.
No more diets.
No. I'm still on my diet. I can only eat the inside of it.
Okay.
I'm still on my diet.
What diet? The diet of burgers
It's all
and
burger diet.
Mike's diet is called Inside Diet.
inside.
Yeah.
Inside.
Same.
Okay. Well, I'm excited.
A New Jersey gubernatorial candidate has responded to online backlash after he initially posted a fake Spotify Wrapped top songs list. Josh Gottheimer, a member of the U.S. House of Representatives who announced last month that he was running for governor, posted on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it now, that his top 5 songs of 2024 were all Bruce Springsteen songs. Makes sense. From Jersey, doing that, big fan of the boss. But it became apparent, as first noted by New Jersey Monitor, that his list was manufactured and not a true screenshot from his Spotify account. He responded saying, quote, "To paraphrase the boss, I wasn't here for business, baby. I was only here for fun, so just relax. This was holiday fun. It was a tweet. It was a joke to question my Springsteen creds. Just ask my dog named Rosalita."
Yeah. I mean,
Now, fake, stolen valor.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Now he's
faked
trying
it and
to-
you got caught.
And now he's trying to overcompensate.
It's no big deal.
I named the dog that, the household. No, come
By
on.
the way, the entire time the dog has been named like Bucky or something. And it's like, answer Rosalita. When I say Rosalita, you come over here.
Stolen valor.
Yeah. So dumb. One of the most dangerous toys of all time just sold at auction for $13,000. The inventor of the Erector set, remember the Erector set? He put out a science kit in 1950 called Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Laboratory that came with real uranium.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here you go, kids.
Yeah.
Play with that. So somebody just bought it for $13,000.
Wow.
Huh? Gonna be a good Christmas.
I was trying to think about this. So I looked at that Olivia Newton-John auction the other day, and Julian's, the auction house that is doing the Olivia Newton-John stuff, is also doing some stuff from the Playboy Mansion, a place that I've been a couple of times, and is in our lifetime one of the coolest places that you can think of being. Totally iconic. And it's not just because of the naked girls and all that stuff there, but the mansion itself is just unbelievable, and inside and out. The inside is just the stories and the decorations and
celebrities that have been there,
and the animals that are there. It's just an amazing place. And they had a bunch of stuff on there, including Hugh Hefner's robe and slippers and pipes, because he had a lot of those. And they were only going for like $500-$700 each. And I thought that would be cool to have a pair of Hugh Hefner slippers or a pipe. And then I stopped and went, what the hell am I going to do with Hugh Hefner's pipe? We'll give it to Joe.
Give Joe a robe.
Oh, yeah.
Love
that.
I'd rather just have Joe a custom-made Pap robe. You know?
All right.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cooler than wearing old man Hefner's, who's 3 feet taller than Joe anyway.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just thought I'm done collecting things. I don't know what. I have no wall space for anything, and I don't have anything. If you walked in my office and saw a pipe on the wall, you'd go, "Oh, cool, you have this pipe. Is that worth it?"
No.
Yeah,
it's
right?
not.
I was like, "What is that all about?"
Yeah, I don't really collect anything, so I don't see the point in that.
Yeah.
Like if you have a picture with somebody and it's autographed by them and stuff, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But
Even that, I'm down to maybe 5 people that I'd like to meet and take a picture with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you told me Mike Evans was in the other room, I'd walk in the other room to say hi.
Sure.
But do I need to go somewhere, to drive somewhere, to meet somebody, to take a picture? There's very few people. Seinfeld was on that list. He's on that short list.
He turned you down, didn't he?
Turned me down, yes. He's here
No, thank
this
you.
weekend at Ruth Eckerd Hall, and I've been trying for a year to get in there to meet him. And
he said he's going to TSO.
He
so.
may be. But can you think of anybody else that you would like drive to meet?
Oh, well, I mean, I wanted to meet David Spade, and I went and did the stage announcements and stuff, and then they were like, "Oh, Hulk Hogan's in there," and I said, "All right, well, whatever."
Hulk Hogan, see blocked you.
But like, I like Spade. I almost had Spade coming out to the tailgate.
Yeah.
Which I messaged him and he responded, which I thought was really cool. But he was like, "Oh man, we're out the next day."
But David Spade is somebody you've been a fan of for a long time.
Yeah.
We know that you like him, so that I understand.
Yeah. Now, if Jimmy Page or Robert Plant or somewhere, I would probably go a pretty good distance.
I think that I would have to do that too, just for the iconic.
They're legends. They're absolute legends.
They're still alive. They're still here. You have to go where you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that big of a fan, but I feel like just because of their status in society, you'd have to go. You'd have to do. Like,
by the way, let me throw in John Paul Jones as well. Always never gets as much credit.
I wouldn't walk out of this room for John Paul Jones.
100%.
I absolutely would not.
How dare you?
Jimmy Page or
You
Robert
call
Plant
yourself
were
a
somewhere.
bass player.
I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, there are other bass players I'd rather meet.
Yeah.
I'd go see Stu Ham before I'd go see. Yeah,
Stu Ham's great.
No, I'm just saying. Can you think of anybody? You're a sports guy.
Yeah, just now I was trying to think. I can't think of.
Have you met Jameis?
I've met Jameis.
Yeah.
Twice. Yeah. I've met. I don't know. I can't think of anybody.
You met Baker.
You met Baker.
Yeah.
I mean, your best friend.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, a big one for me for a long time was Kevin Smith, because I was, teenager. I was a huge fan of those movies and all this stuff. So
right.
I finally met him, but several times.
As crazy and old as De Niro is, I may go walk to meet De Niro.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I know, Galvin.
Although I think you'll be disappointed.
Oh, I'm sure I would.
Yeah.
But it'd be worth the picture.
Yeah.
I mean, De Niro's still Vito Corleone.
Pacino's weird now, but I would go to get a picture with Pacino.
Well, I almost did that.
Yeah.
Pacino did that event in Miami, but it just seemed like too much of a headache.
Yeah,
I mean, so that's the answer. No, I would not go to Miami to meet Pacino.
I've never met Fred Durst.
I did.
I mean, I'd like to meet him. I've talked to him through email.
Joe? Yes.
You're older. Who's still in your realm?
I mean, dead. I have dead people.
No dead people. Because I'd go meet Elvis too.
Okay, yeah, I'd love to meet Elvis. I'd love to meet Joe Strummer, but I'd meet anybody from the Clash, and I would drive to do it.
Yeah, you like the Clash.
Travel to go do wherever.
I wanted to meet Tom Brady, but that didn't go well.
Yeah.
Also one of the pins. Angry Tom Brady.
Oh.
Tom Brady side-eyeing Gio is one of the pins.
Does he have red eyes?
Yeah, he's like looking at Gio.
I was excited to meet Tom Brady, and it did not go that I thought it would.
Take pictures of his kids.
I would love to meet Alex Van Halen, but I feel like he's so sad now that I would be like, oh.
Met Alex Van Halen.
Yeah.
Sat there while he changed his socks.
Happy Alex.
Happy Alex.
Yeah.
Talkative Alex.
Yeah. Sad Alex.
I was like, Alex, slow it down. I'm trying to talk to Eddie. That was one of the best things that I ever owe Mike Olivero for. was bringing me to go meet Eddie Van Halen.
Right.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Thank you, Mike Olivero, you big monkey. All right, I was just curious.
Yeah, but like, let's kind of run through it. So, music people, Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones. Like, I'd love to meet any of the Zeppelin guys, whatever.
I met Metallica, and that was cool
Metallica's
at
cool.
the time.
That's the thing. I've already met Metallica. I've already met a lot of people, so I don't know what's left. I mean, I would still travel and do things for Pearl Jam.
We got to meet one of the biggest sports icons ever, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
We've,
Music, it would be cool to meet Dave Grohl, I think. You ran into Dave Grohl.
I got a picture of me and Dave Grohl in the studio.
Trying to think of music.
By the way, did you see where they're saying Foo Fighters quietly canceled their whole 2025?
Oh,
tour?
really?
Yeah.
No.
Like they're not doing anything?
Called the Second Family Tour.
Yeah. I think
he's got a lot to deal with.
Yeah, a lot of that.
That's right.
And sometimes you're out there so much you got to pump the brakes. You don't want to be overkill. People get tired of. I got to be honest with you. You know, it's something crazy, and I say always about separating the art from the artist. Every time Foo Fighters come on in my playlist, I think about them saying, "Ooh, Trump bad," and we're gonna let our song go for Kamala Harris, and I just go, "Oh, shut up."
That never works out.
Yeah, it's just so weird. So weird. Actors, I'm trying to think. I love De Niro acting, whatever, but he's become such a crazy kook, whatever. You know who I love and we had on the show, and he was great, and I think he would be great in person. He's one of those guys that you would love to go to dinner with. James Woods.
Oh, yeah.
James Woods.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people I would enjoy to spend more time with, but I don't mean that. Like, James Woods would be one of those guys where I'd love to have a long-form interview with him or go to dinner with him or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I'm driving to Sarasota to take a picture with him.
We're missing a huge one here.
Who you got?
I would love to meet Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Tom Cruise, I would fly to meet.
I would love to meet Tom Cruise.
If you said to me, you can fly out to Kentucky tomorrow, but to meet Tom Cruise, I'd fly to Kentucky.
Really?
And in my mind, I think it would be awesome.
What kind of meeting is this? Like, you get to sit down and have dinner with him, or you just literally get like a meet and greet style, shake his hand, take a picture?
I would take either or.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Yeah, we love his movies.
I love
you
Tom
guys
Cruise.
are crazy.
I'm also in it for Travolta.
yeah.
I'd like to meet DiCaprio now, the more I think about it.
I feel like
But I think it
DiCaprio
would
would be a
suck.
letdown.
Yeah, I think so.
feel like have you seen that video that's going around? It's DiCaprio at the hockey game.
Yeah.
Compared to Jeff Goldblum at the hockey game.
He'd probably be kind of a dick, not a dick, but not want to be
just leave him
bothered.
alone, yeah.
It's just, I love all of his movies so much that that's somebody that comes to mind. But
John Travolta, I think, is still accessible in my lifetime.
yeah, that'll probly happen.
One day we'll run into each other.
Yeah, but Cruise would be awesome, I think.
I'd like to spend the weekend with Nick Cage.
That would be awesome too.
See, that's the thing. And Nick Cage, I wouldn't leave this room for.
Really?
Yeah, and John Brennan loves him, and you guys like him. And if you said Nick Cage is out in the other room, I'd be like, who cares?
Come on.
Out the other room.
Yeah, I
Wow.
don't care.
Yeah,
I'm so comfortable, Gio.
You were willing to go somewhere to meet Here Comes the Boom. You're not going to meet Nick Cage? Come on.
I wasn't willing to go meet.
You
They were in New
Yeah.
Poricci. I was trying to get him here.
You drove down to see Yellowstone.
Oh, rip! Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good. That was worth it.
Better than Nick Cage?
Yeah, better than Nick Cage.
100%. 100%. I took my dad to go down there.
Yeah.
And I said to Rip from Yellowstone, my dad is behind me. I haven't seen him this excited since my sister was born. That was also worth it.
Oh, Nick Cage is legendary.
Look, I don't dislike him. I just don't care about him.
Have you met Ozzy?
Yes. Dude, that's the other thing, Galvin. It's a small group of people I haven't met,
Right, yeah.
or talked to.
I didn't meet Ozzy, but I stood right next to Ozzy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were backstage at Ozfest, and he was like right there.
Listen, I think he's probably going to die soon, not just because I have him on death pool and called him his shot, whatever, but he's talking about getting Black Sabbath, all 4 original members back together and doing a tour thing, whatever.
That's never happened.
No, I don't think so either. I don't
No.
think so either.
Who else? Who else is that we haven't?
Music, I can't. I mean,
I'm looking around. I've met Guns N' Roses. I've met Motley Crue.
yeah.
I met Kid Rock.
Beasties?
Rock.
Any Beasties?
I
still
met the
alive?
Beasties. No, I met the Beasties all except the one who died. I didn't meet him.
I've met cross-eyed Bobby Kelly.
I met Cross-Eyed Bobby Kelly. I met Kiss.
Yeah.
Pete Townsend put his hand on my shoulder.
I feel like I've met all the Buccaneers, really. All the good ones.
Yeah, all the good Buccaneers.
How many liked you?
A lot of them like me, Joe. Martine likes me,
except for one.
I think.
We know the one who doesn't.
Allstott likes me. Jameis liked me.
Well,
Baker liked me. I got a whole list for you, jerk.
Scumbag.
one off that list.
Yeah, well.
Buccaneer bitch.
Pornhub released its year in review. The average American's porn session lasts how long?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
He's getting old.
Yeah, because you gotta search. I think.
10 minutes and 37 seconds.
Does that include the search?
It says the session. So
It's got to include the search.
92% of porn was viewed on phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I
don't think a lot of people are putting it up on the big screen, and
I have some questions I want to ask.
Gio pointed at you. He said you're putting it up on the big screen.
I have not.
You
I've
were trying
never
to get
done
through
that.
the box, though.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because those porn. I got to be honest with you, Gio. The porn.
I've got
sites-
that blocked at my house.
they're not good. It's just like I never put on porn and just want to watch some hot blonde girl do some stuff with some dude with a big schlong and abs. It does nothing for me.
But you throw it up on the big TV?
No.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like I tried to look at them to see what was there one time, but none of them do anything.
You want some girl that you may run into at Walmart that is being forced into it.
I want some. I want some girl that's like just needs some help paying her rent. And she's got jean shorts on and some tattoos.
A lot of
on her
regrets
arm.
in life.
There is a channel on there where the girls shoplift, and then if you don't want to call the cops,
Oh yeah,
there's some of that.
That's a good one.
I like
Saw
that.
one that
That's
stole
why I let my kids buy whatever they want, so they never get in that position.
I saw one that stole a Catwoman suit the other day. And the guy told her to leave it on.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I do have a question, but I don't know how I could ask this about.
All right. Instead of saying the bad word, say
No, no bad words, really.
spaghetti.
I had a discussion with guys my age.
Okay.
Yeah, friends of mine, not just random dudes at meet.
Excuse me, sir.
But I want real answers. I don't want macho answers. One guy said if he pleasured himself in the morning, he's not doing it later in the day. The act. He's not spaghettiing later in the day.
Right.
And I said, why? And he said, oh, it's one time a day. And I thought, that's insanity.
Can I tell him to get his T levels checked?
He did.
Yeah.
He's on the juice.
I got to tell you.
Okay, good. That's what I'm saying. My wife said to me, because last night we did some stuff.
Oh.
She said to me, maybe you're not like the average people your age. Maybe it's an age thing. And I go, or maybe that person is just dipping below the level.
Right, yeah.
And I don't know. I haven't really surveyed a bunch of people. Joe.
Yes, Michael.
You're a perfect example. You're a guy I know is still very, very ready to go.
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I tend to believe more on the side of.
Even with the moms in the house?
Oh, of course.
Two
They know
I
what's
think that
going
makes it
on.
hotter.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They
he's
know
got
what's
two
happening.
moms in the house.
Two moms.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
I mean,
right. We got the muffled
One's
door going.
One's
Muffled
going.
door.
That's my boy, and the other one's going. That's my girl.
Oh, man.
No. Actually, Mama Pan said, she.
Did you respect your game?
No. We were sitting in the garage, and Christy said, "Well, we're going to go spend some time in the bedroom."
Oh,
And-
really?
Yeah,
She announced it?
And Mama Pan said, "I remember those days."
Oh, man.
She knows what's going on.
She's yearning for it.
She knows what's happening.
It's because you're walking around in your robe and stuff.
Let me tell you something. I'd take Mama Pants for a ride.
Well, I got to tell you, she is a good-looking lady and still is.
I feel like when we started talking about her, I didn't have a perfect visual in my head. I was thinking of something else, and that was some weird old lady, but it's just sleeping on your couch.
No.
I've never seen Mama Pants, and I want to keep it that way because the visual I want to keep.
Yeah.
It's like when I met Barb, the real Barb. It was ruined for me.
It was disappointing.
Yeah. I had fake Barb in my mind, and then real Barb ruined that.
Nobody lives up to my Barb.
No.
That is the real Barb.
No,
you guys
that's not my Barb.
You guys ruined the real Barb.
Not my Barb.
That's the
We
real
know
Barb.
what the real Barb is.
That's not the
What's that, Barb?
I'll be on the cruise. Oh, is there a Barb pin?
Is Barb going on the cruise this year?
She was saying that she wanted to because she had a lot of fun last year.
Yeah.
So she was like, I'd like to go again. She's trying to, put it out there.
Rough Shot Todd said he's in.
Oh.
All right.
I'm not going.
Wait, that was the best. Out of all the extra people.
The cousins?
Out of all the cousins and sisters and people, That was the best.
Someone asked the internet, what is something that you are unreasonably good at? Weird responses, different stuff. So kind of along these lines. One person said they're very good at reading upside down.
Well, that's weird.
Remembering obscure movie quotes.
I'm terrible at that.
I'm good at that.
This one goes right in your wheelhouse. Eyeballing measurements. How many Mike Caltas
I
is
can
it?
tell you how many Mike Caltas in a
From
second.
here to the stop sign. Yeah.
My for those of you who don't know, if you need me to measure a distance, I picture me laying down and how many of me it would take to get from, let's say, here to the street, and I measure in Mike Caltas. And for those of you who are doubting the accuracy, I was amazingly accurate when we did it in the studio.
Yeah. My thing that I'm really good at, that's a weird thing, is whenever I do laundry, just grabbing hangers at random and having the exact amount of hangers for how many shirts I have.
Ready for this?
It happens so much that I have to point it out to my wife, and I go, "You're not giving."
That's not
enough.
an accident.
No,
That's not an accident. You have a power.
yes,
When I am doing my medication, I have a little pill box that has 7 days on it.
Yeah.
I take the pills, pour them into my hand, boom, 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 7 every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
yeah.
Yeah, this guy knows the feeling of good seven
It's so weird though.
cholesterol pills.
I just grab a bunch of shirts and shorts and socks and all the different stuff, and then I grab the hangers, and it's always I go. Look at this, last one, look at that.
I'm more amazed that you hang your own clothes.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Why?
I do what I can.
Who hangs your clothes?
The woman,
Oh,
Yeah.
the woman of the house. Carmen, that's such a lie.
Yeah.
There's nothing in my.
Your housekeeper does it.
No, I have a couple like
A
suit
team of
jackets,
people?
and a couple of button-down shirts that hang, and the rest of the stuff is just on the floor.
Yeah. That's how I am.
You don't hang your t-shirts?
Some of them.
Oh, I hang
Some of
on.
them.
yeah,
But
I hang
you
all
want to
my
know the
clothes.
truth, Galvin, is that as far as what I wear on the show, it's a constant recycle from the laundry. So I'll take this shirt, throw it in a laundry pile. It'll be clean in tomorrow or 2 days, and I'll just grab another shirt or this shirt again. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a constant recycling of what's there.
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Some stuff I wear, it just never makes it to the closet.
Right. It's just always
Yeah.
at the top of the laundry pile, clean,
Yep.
folded, and I'm like, I'm just going to wear this.
Carmen, I think this is going to help you out. I don't know why I'm pointing you out, but you'll probably understand
About
why.
shaving?
A doctor on TikTok is going viral after telling people if you're constipated, try mooing like a cow.
Oh.
I have seen this, because there's other noises and stuff that you can make.
Yeah.
But the noise or like the movement of the puckering and the sound, it pushes. Yeah.
It activates your vagus nerve and can help with getting things moving.
Let me try it again.
that's
Probably a low rumble. Doing that.
I feel that a little.
didn't Cody Tucker told us about that Nikolai Tesla thing that was to help with.
Oh yeah, the
constipation.
thing that he stood
Yeah,
on.
I
and-
imagine-
Like the shake, but like the shaker, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if you're rumbling,
Vibrations, yeah.
it's probably the same thing.
So, can I tell you what helps me? If I have one of those bidet toilets that squirts a little stream up your. If I am having a hard time and I get the little stream going, kind of loosens up, kind of chisels it out. If anybody has one of those, we just want to come over here.
Oh, you should moo at the same time.
Moo.
Wild ride.
Yeah.
Time Magazine will name Donald Trump as its Person of the Year for the second time. Two-time.
Don't they have to announce that like on Good Morning America or something like that? Like someplace.
I'm sure, like they do the
They hate him.
sexiest
Them
man.
yeah.
On The View.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Stephen Colbert
Yeah.
has the sexiest man on, and they do deals.
Jimmy
with-
Kimmel.
Somebody has to announce it that's not happy that they're announcing
Yeah.
it today.
Guys, if you're out there and you're ever thinking that a girl is out of your league and you shouldn't go talk to her, go and talk to her because the proof is in the pudding. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are engaged.
Stop.
Well, wouldn't you wrap it up if you could?
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
blaming Blanco. I'm blaming her. He may
Yeah.
be one of the ugliest humans I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, I don't think he's so ugly. He's a little disheveled and kind of hippie looking. He looks like a 70s hippie. Not my type, but yeah, he doesn't get her.
He is gross
Although
and weird.
she's got fat pancake face now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a little bit.
She got fat for a little while. I think she had something going on,
Yeah.
whatever. But she's got
Back
a
in
lot of
action.
stuff that's happening.
All
It's
right.
pretty good.
I saw a picture of the ring. It's huge.
But that guy was on Dave, Little Dicky
Yeah.
show,
Oh, yeah,
and I was like, what is happening? What is this guy like?
That episode was very weird.
It was terrible and so weird, and I blame him because the other episodes were funny and good, and he's just
the last season of Dave altogether.
It was weird, Carmen. I will tell you that.
It started going downhill.
Yeah, it was like, how weird can I make this and do all this different stuff? Yeah,
weren't they
very gay?
Wasn't like they weren't going to do it, and then something happened, and they picked it up for another season.
But maybe they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
It was weird for sure. This is pretty interesting. So there's all these different remakes and doing stuff, but this is not going to be a remake.
Okay.
Austin Butler.
This is terrible.
Will play Patrick Bateman in the new version of American Psycho. So they're saying instead of a remake of the Christian Bale movie, it'll be a fresh take on the original novel.
Just what we need. I was hoping for a fresh take on an old.
But also
that was so perfect.
Right? Yeah, like that was such a classic movie and so good, and Christian Bale was so good and everything. You're going to be compared to it at all times.
How about just come up with a new idea and try that?
There's something.
I thought it was pretty dumb. I don't know why Austin Butler's people would suggest that he even do that. It's unnecessary.
I don't really think I like him.
No, and I don't think he was as good as Elvis. I'll be the one to say it.
It's all right, but yeah.
How about this? A 4-part docu-series about Saturday Night Live hits Peacock on January 16th.
I like that.
Yeah, docu-series on Saturday Night Live. And speaking of Saturday Night Live, our buddy Rob Schneider says he's developing an all-female talk show to rival The View.
Oh, they did that, though. The Chew, yeah. With Sharon Osbourne and stuff.
There was actually a clip where he's talking to one of the guys from Fox News, whatever, and the guy goes, so is this going to be the opposite of The View? And he goes, well, I don't know. And he goes, yeah, actually it will be because it's going to be funny.
It's weird to me that Rob Schneider now, he is only getting run in being like super right-wing.
Yeah, he did his last special on Fox.
Yeah, like outside, he had to find like a niche to attach to
Do
try
you think there was this phone call? And I want to put you in New Happy Gilmore, but you're too much to the right now.
Yeah. Like I don't remember ever like voicing all his political views until nobody cared what Rob Schneider was doing.
Yeah, caught on a little bit, and he was like,
he's been doing it for a long time. It just caught on.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's leaning into it,
Oh,
like Roseanne Barr and all these different people.
Speaking of, you have failed me.
Me?
Yeah. Where's Scott Baio?
Oh yeah, we're working on that.
Oh yeah,
we're working on it.
You are not a good Baio bitch.
Well, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Who was the guy that said he was going to get you somebody on the show? Remember, he called in and said he by the end of the year or whatever that he would have. Do you remember who I'm talking about?
No, but I don't remember anything.
It was a caller, and he was like, "I'll get him." Was it John Travolta?
I think it was. Yeah.
Nobody's bringing me Travolta.
Yeah, well, this guy said, and he felt very confident that he was going to be able to do it.
No, Baio is still happening. I talked to Baio last week, and it's a date thing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Listen, there's no rush.
No, that's the thing. It's not. He's not really promoting anything, so it's like we're running out of time at the end of the year.
Listen to me. You know how I said I wouldn't walk out there to meet Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
I'm not traveling to go to a restaurant unless that restaurant is so good. That restaurant's called Cafe Barboso, and it's in Sarasota. And I believe that's where Scott Baio is. I should just take him there for dinner one night.
Yeah.
I mean, we should probably get to know each other first before I have a dinner date.
Yeah.
But I would definitely over break go to dinner with. I also, it's been a year now. I'd also go to dinner with Robert Davi. I think he'd be great to hang out with.
I've talked to Baio now, I think 3 times.
Really?
Yes.
You and Chachi on the phone?
Yes. Right? We've talked and we've texted each other.
Wow.
Yes.
I got to tell you, Robert Davi was a great guest.
He was awesome.
He was so good.
He was awesome. And the more you look back into his career and how long he's been doing this,
so much
he's
stuff.
been in every movie with everybody. And
But he was just so funny and cool and casual.
Yeah,
he comes in with the Santa hat on and stuff. Yeah,
he was awesome.
The issue with Baio, we're running out of time because the end of the year.
Well, that's fine. We can do it next year. I mean, there's no rush.
It's going to happen. He likes the show. He wants to come on.
Okay, good. Nothing was better than me talking about him one day and getting a voicemail from him the next day.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was great. Travolta hasn't called me yet.
No,
I bet you they know each other.
Yeah.
Because Travolta's sister played his mother.
Right.
This might be our in.
Oh.
Scott Baio's going to be our friend. I feel like he's already my friend.
I'm happy being friends with Baio.
Yeah.
I'm not using him as a way to get to Travolta.
See if Baio wants to come to the Christmas party.
Yes.
See what happens.
All right. Redemption. I have not failed.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says the league's relationship with Rock Nation has not changed despite the rape allegations against Jay-Z.
Of course not. You can't yet.
But a lot of people do. A lot of companies and stuff are like, hey, we got to distance ourselves.
Guilty or guilty.
Right, yeah, as soon as it's announced. We've seen that a million times.
What do you think is going to happen with that? You think that there's any truth to that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
There's no way to know. I mean, it obviously it seems like
It seems like some weird stuff happened at Diddy parties, and if you were at a Diddy party, and I feel like there's levels of Diddy party where you're here but you don't go inside.
There's
you're here,
Ashton Kutcher level.
You get to come inside. Jay-Z is at the top level.
Yeah, Jay-Z goes wherever he wants.
Jay-Z goes in and does whatever. So if he was at a Diddy party, he probably knew.
I don't know any of these people.
Was involved with.
I can't make a decision based on their character because I don't know them.
Sure.
Yeah. But I don't know a lot of people in my life. There are some, but I don't know a lot of people in my life that I think could go through it raping a 13-year-old.
You also like Jay-Z, and you don't want to think that he's a bad guy,
right? But I'm just saying I have acquaintances that I know that if you said to me, I heard that guy raped a 13-year-old, I'd go, yeah, I see that. I see that happen.
I think it's going to end up like the Epstein list where.
Never know.
Diddy takes the fall, and you never know.
Right.
Because there's so much money involved, and when you have that much money, you can silence
and there's
people.
so many people linked to it.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's not just Jay-Z. Like, this is the first one that has, what is it called? An allegation against him.
Yeah.
But, like, Ashton Kutcher has been linked to these parties.
But just to the parties, though.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
but
the- it's
again,
New
that's
Epstein
where
Island.
these things happen. Right. So I think to keep it hush-hush and to try and keep, to save face with everybody else, Diddy's going to take the fall.
Yep.
By the way, Carmen, I forgot I was going to send you the clip. Did you see the clip of Jamie Foxx from his new special where he goes, y'all thought I was a clone. He goes, I was out there walking around. He goes, I remember I was walking through a restaurant in Las Vegas with my daughter, and I heard a guy, that ain't Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is funny. I think he's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but he was talking about that, and he said some words I can't say. They were like,
you know what I'd like to open the phones to, but Carmen, you'd have to screen this. I want to know who the most famous person you've slept with is. Like, there's women driving around our audience who are like, I totally banged Bon Jovi. I totally banged. Somebody banged Scott Baio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's somebody. I would love to anonymously know who the most famous person you banged was. I know that there was some chicks I know that have this little necklace Derek Jeter gave him. I know what
really?
that means. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just out of curiosity, I don't have to know who you are. I don't have to know, but I would like to know maybe the situation or the like. Guys will be like, "You're not going to believe who I banged." Girls will just keep that secret for life. They'll tell like one girlfriend.
I don't hear. I probably because I don't run in those circles. I don't hear guys that banged a lot of famous women.
No, not so much famous, but like wives of famous people or. There's different levels. There's different situations.
my buddy could have banged Brett Favre's wife, but he didn't.
She's beautiful.
I banged Brett Favre's wife's friend.
Oh,
But she was there and she was down. Like, she was totally down.
I would imagine she's probably been mentally beaten up over the years.
She looked good, though.
Oh, she's really good looking. Yeah.
When I was working in Tallahassee, Corey Feldman tried to get in a threesome with
bang
one
you?
of the coworkers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
He had a girlfriend, and he was like, he had a club gig that night. He was playing, and he was trying to get her to go back to the hotel with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, and she was one of the DJs. She's like the midday girl, and she's like, I think Corey Feldman wants me to go back with his girlfriend.
Do you know I have made sweet love to people that other famous people have.
Oh yeah.
And some of them are really weird. One of them is the kid from Lord of the Rings.
Sean Astin?
No, the other one.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Radio Flyer.
Yeah, the little mousy one.
He's in Back to the Future too. What is his name?
Yes,
Google it.
E. Some with the E. Eli.
Evan.
Elijah Wood?
Elijah Wood. Yeah.
Evan Eli.
Yeah. Some girl told me that, and I was like,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're a little different.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's the little kid in Gangs Wild Gun. Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
Elton John says marijuana is addictive and a gateway drug, and says, quote, legalizing it in America and Canada is one of the greatest mistakes of all time. Thank you, guy that did so much cocaine.
Yeah,
He's going
right?
blind.
Well, I mean,
Is that why he's going blind?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like,
Party in the 70s and stuff.
that's his opinion.
he's an old man. He's an old queen now. He's just sitting there just bitching about stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
I think legalizing marijuana as a guy who does not partake in marijuana is one of the best things that we've done in the past 20 years in this country, because the medicinal value of that marijuana has helped so many people whether it be with mental issues or with physical issues, between having joint problems and anxiety. I feel like
I also think that if you're selling alcohol and alcohol is legal and stuff, and you're not
it's way
marijuana,
more detrimental to your body.
Yeah, like
sure.
which would be better to have, marijuana or alcohol?
Yeah,
like come on, get out of here, weirdo.
Would you leave the room to go meet Elton John?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, leave the room. I'd leave the room.
Like if he's out in the garage, he's out in the garage.
Yes,
like,
but if he was in Sarasota, I wouldn't drive over the bridge
to meet him.
I don't think so. It depends. Am I taking a picture with him? If I get to interview him, or I get to go to dinner with him? There's different.
Here's what you get. You get it's you and at the maximum 50 other people.
Yeah.
In a room, he does 5 songs, just him and the piano.
Requested songs?
And then relax.
All right.
And then you get 5 minutes with him afterwards where you get to take a picture and kind of chit-chat.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I'm not excited about it.
How far are you driving? Just Sarasota?
Yeah. I'm not going to Miami for that. But the thing is, like, now flop that out and it's Billy Joel. I'll go wherever.
Billy Joel flopped that out. All right.
Yeah, I'll flop it out for Billy Joel for sure.
I don't know if that's part of the agreement, but we can work on it.
If you told me Billy Joel was in Pennsylvania and I get to meet him and I have to drive there, I would do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to see him in January at Hollywood at the Hard Rock down there, and I'm super excited about it.
I would like to see Billy Joel in concert.
This will be probably my 20th time seeing him. And I'm
Everybody
super
says it's awesome.
It's awesome, and I also, some sad news, did not get my Pearl Jam tickets.
Oh, really?
So my wife goes, I'm so sorry. I know you're upset about that. I go, well, you're upset about that. And she goes, why me? I go, because now I have to pay $2,000 for him as opposed to getting him through.
What was face value? Like half that?
Well, probably like $300. But I'm buying a pit ticket for that show at the Hard Rock, and right now they're going for $1,300.
I thought you were in the Super Club thing.
I am, but they still pick you at random.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There's
think
so
how many people want to get it.
That's crazy.
Place holds 7,000 people.
I guess it makes sense.
You have people coming over from Europe and all around the world to go and see Pearl Jam in a small venue like that.
Right.
You know,
I'm buying that ticket though, and I'm going. That'll be amazing.
How do we not have a hookup with the Hard Rock down there?
I don't listen to me. I do an endorsement for the Hard Rock, right? This Hard Rock is great. I love them, but this is just an example of how successful they are.
They don't need
me whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I love Hard Rock Bet. That's the thing they should say. If you've given us enough money through Hard Rock Bet, let us get you a ticket. Yeah. No, but seriously, I said to the Hard Rock, I'm going down to see Billy Joel. I need to book a room down there. Can you hook me up? Because they usually have like media rates, because the rooms are ridiculously priced because so many people want to stay there. And they wrote back and they were like, no. They're like, too busy. We don't need you.
I got a thing from Hard Rock Bet the other day. So I put up a thing because if you refer a friend, you and the friend can both get up to like a $50 bonus bet or something like that, whatever. Yeah. So somebody was like, hey, you should put it up there. You're talking about it all the time. So I put it up there. And then the other day they're like, hey, guy, you reached your limit. It's only 250 people can do it or something, whatever. They're like, relax, calm down on it. Finally, in news, it's that time of the year for holiday parties. Many of us have holiday parties for our work or family or different stuff like that going on. In a new poll, 14% of people say they have successfully crashed a party or event without the host's permission.
That's good.
Have you ever crashed a party?
Yes.
Yeah,
I will tell you, but I don't think mine was that big of a stretch. Like I didn't roll into somebody's wedding. I went to a couple of record company parties, but they were at like conventions. So you went to the Billboard music convention, and then like Sony would be having a party, and I crashed that party.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they really would have cared because I was in the industry. You know what I mean?
Another 4% of people have tried to do it but got stopped, which is probably embarrassing. You're like, oh, okay, sorry, I'll leave. 9% of people say they have successfully crashed a holiday party or event without the host's permission. They say, is this something that's a serious faux pas or something that's not that big of a deal? Probably depends on the party or event you're crashing, but 77% of people think it's generally unacceptable to show up without the host's permission. Another 10% says it's usually fine. 14% said they're not sure.
See, I think it's great if you do it the right way. If you go Joe's girlfriend's office party is happening tomorrow night.
Yeah.
If you were like, I heard there's going to be a party at this place tomorrow, let's just go. And you just showed up and dressed nice and came in and mingled with people and ate their food and drank their, that'd be a great story.
What about if you're like staying in a hotel and there's a wedding or something, whatever, and you go in
you can
the
get in?
reception?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
And
Even
you're
if
like,
you got on the food line, got yourself a plate of food, and then went up to your room.
and they ask you who you are, what do you say?
You say I'm Aunt Edna's nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm married to cousin Jack's sister.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh.
Yeah.
How's the family?
Carmen, now one woman has called and said that they slept with somebody famous.
No.
I would be happy if they would just say other radio people. That might be more interesting if somebody's like, I gave Orlando an HJ.
Oh, geez.
Or I banged Brian
Whoa.
Fink back in the 90s. You know,
Trying to
whatever.
put everybody's business out there.
I'm just curious. I'm not saying that I need to know whatever.
Would that stop you if, back in the single days, a girl told you she slept with somebody and you're like, gross.
Depending who it was.
Penny Blanco.
Yeah, depending who it was.
Yeah.
Probably not back in the day.
Right.
But yeah.
She's like, you know who I was with last night?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, there you go. That is it for news.
All right. Thank you, Galvin.
Got it?
How we doing with Grill and Provisions and the Brisket Shop out there cooking some Wagyu tacos?
They're ready to go.
Yeah?
Yes, it's all done.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He just texted me. He's
Okay, we'll do that next.
He's good to go, and Cody's been waiting. He's good to go too.
Okay, so we'll do Cody Tucker next, and then we'll bring in Danny from the Brisket Shop.
Perfect.
Real quick, DJ Eyeball on Twitter brought up a good point. We were talking about people we'd want to meet and stuff. Athletes. Sweet Cece.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How far would you go to meet her?
She was right here. I didn't go.
Yeah, I was going to say she was in
literally
Clearwater.
right here in Clearwater, and I had like 2 ways to get in, and I didn't go.
Yeah.
I forget sometimes these athletes, like she's like 22, 23 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would be weird at this point.
I think she is up there in the legendary status where it'd be worth taking a picture with her.
Yeah, yeah. If I had the opportunity, I mean, I did have the opportunity. I didn't take up on it, but yeah.
I put in Caitlin Clark in the Google box yesterday, and saw a couple pictures of her, and I know that there's a difference between I find her to be weirdly attractive, and you think she looks like that one dude from that one movie, which you're right about.
Yeah.
Then I put in Caitlin Clark hot, and a bunch of other pictures came in of her. It's her mouth.
Yeah.
When she has her teeth closed, when she has her mouth closed, she's an entirely different person.
She has a lot of sharp angles.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Like she's not whittled those bitches down yet.
She's got a little bit of grandma face, too.
Like, are we going to dinner with Caitlin Clark? How far are we driving?
I wouldn't do that. That'd be uncomfortable for me, I think.
Yeah, that's what I think too. It'd be uncomfortable.
What do we have in common? Me and this
She's
kid,
a-
this
she's a
girl
kid,
that plays
you know what I mean?
basketball.
She's
Yeah.
20s.
It's weird, yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. Cody
go.
Tucker is in Texas. He will join us when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Right now, I go to Texas and welcome my friend Cody Tucker to the show. Cody, how are you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Good, Cody. I saw some good stuff from you over the weekend. Let me ask you real quick about a movie, though. For some reason, I watched this movie twice this weekend and thought of you. Do you love Braveheart?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. I was like, I bet you Cody loves this movie.
Oh, man, I can like quote huge chunks of that movie.
Does it bother you that I think about you over the weekend?
It makes me slightly uncomfortable, but
I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
All
I'm
right.
slightly
He texted me the other day and he goes, "What do you think Cody's doing right now?" And I go, I don't know, man. Stop.
I, in my mind, I have thought about that because I've only seen you, Cody, in this position. I don't know. You could have a skinny little ass and tiny legs. You could have a giant fat ass and big. I don't know. Well, hey, listen, I'm with you. I'm just saying I don't know a lot. All right, well, let's get to it. What do we have this week from Cody Tucker?
So, got a story about the first major nuclear reactor disaster.
Okay.
So this occurred in 1952 in Chalk River in Ontario. So 34 years before Chernobyl. So this nuclear reactor is about to basically, completely go kaput. The only way to prevent the disaster from becoming catastrophic was for the U.S. Navy to send a team of 26 Americans into the reactor to help maintain the damage. They were lowered into the reactor for 90 seconds at a time, absorbing over 1,000 times more radiation than what is considered safe by today's standards. One of those 26 men, who actually ended up with radioactive urine for months later, was a young future president named Jimmy Carter.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Jimmy Carter, when he was young, was Yeah, helped basically save the U.S. and Canada from a nuclear reactor.
And nothing really, and lived to be 90-something years old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the trick.
Having radioactive urine.
Yeah.
Well, and getting to the point where you almost die. It's like heroin addicts, you know. If they don't OD, they end up living forever.
Oh, that's interesting.
Iggy Pop, you know.
Iggy Pop. By the way, did you see that video going around of Iggy Pop the other day? Yeah,
God, that's the biggest hernia I've ever seen.
His stomach is so distended; it looks terrible.
Yeah, it looks like a drowned cat.
Yeah.
It's very not good.
Also, speaking of Chernobyl, I saw a video, a big documentary that they did about dogs that are mutated that have been over there in that area, because that whole area is just abandoned. But they left animals there, and all the dogs out there have mutated, and they have all these mutant dogs running around Chernobyl.
Yeah, there's apparently wolves that are just like massive.
Yeah.
Like massive wolves, which another reason to stay out of the Ukraine.
That's got to be a movie, right? You got to make radioactive
There is Chernobyl
wolves.
Diaries.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
So I realized I haven't done any like word origin stories with you
all
ever,
right.
and those seem to be, pretty good. So got a couple. So in Middle Ages England, there was a myth that while you were asleep, an evil female spirit would sometimes go to your bed and sit on your chest in an attempt to suffocate you in your sleep. That evil spirit was called the mare, which is where we get the term nightmare.
Oh. I love these. As you're doing them, I try to figure out what you're saying. As you're saying, I'm like, okay, go ahead.
All right, and then I got one more. So in 1784, there was a British lieutenant who invented a way to make ammunition even deadlier when he figured out a way to have the shell explode and send metal fragments shooting from the shell. That lieutenant's name was Henry Shrapnel.
Oh, so you get shrapnel from the bullet.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. What was I found out one the other day where they were like, this word has nothing to do with this. It's just a guy's name. Like,
there's a bunch of those.
Yeah.
German chocolate cake.
That was it. The German chocolate cake. The guy his last name was German. It had nothing to do with Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Germany doesn't add a lot of coconut to things. Not
a lot of coconut trees.
Pilates. Pilates is named after a guy named like Ron Pilates.
Yeah. You would think it's some Asian thing. All right, listen to me. Next Thursday is our last day of the year. On the air. So we're going to close it out with you on the show, but we have our annual Christmas party in the studio that day, so it's going to be a little hectic in here. But I asked Gio, I don't know if he asked you yet, did he give him your address?
No, I did not ask
you. All right,
yet,
will you please send Gio your address? I'm going to mail you a package, but you cannot open it until you're live on the air with us on Thursday.
Is it going to be like something that's alive?
No. Why would I let it die in the box if it was alive?
Poke holes in it as soon
like
as it
a
arrives.
spider or something.
No. It's not a gag. It's a Christmas gift.
Oh.
Have you heard of a guy with the last name Shrapnel?
If there's a mysterious white powder. Or something,
no. You're safe. We do a gift exchange here on the show on Thursday, and you're a part of the show now. So I'm going to send you a gift today. Hopefully you'll get it in time, and then you can open it on Thursday with us.
That sounds awesome.
There'll be no exploding poop, nothing along those lines. No spiders or glitter bombs.
That was the last guy we used to have on.
Yeah. It's just a genuine gift, and it coincides with your appearance on the show, so it works out perfectly.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
buddy. I love having you on the show. I'm glad we connected, and we'll talk to you for the last one of the year next Thursday.
Sounds good. Man. Y'all have a great one.
Find Cody on the internet at the Cody Tucker Show on Instagram and the Cody Tucker Show on YouTube. For more, that's some of the most informative and entertaining stuff that you'll see out there. He's a good dude. Thanks, Cody.
Thanks, man. Y'all have a good one.
See you, buddy. Now, speaking of a guy who's not as informative or entertaining, but delicious, is my man Danny from the Brisket Shop and Grill and Provisions. Get right up on that mic. Is that mic on? Talking it.
Yes.
Yes, there you go. Now, we have a gig that we're going to be at together this weekend. We've done many gigs together, including our tailgate. The thing to me that makes a tailgate above everybody else's is everybody's got food at a tailgate. Nobody does food like we do for these tailgate parties outside of the Buccaneers home games, along with our friends at Budweiser, and that's all because of the Brisket Shop, which, by the way, I don't know what you were doing last Sunday. You were not there.
I was playing hooky. I was actually at the restaurant getting ready. We're getting our butts kicked.
I figured that during the holiday season, it's probably very busy. Well, I was out there, and I like to do a little inspection when you're not there to make sure they're keeping it up to par. And boy, did they do a great. They made some sausage out there that was just phenomenal.
That brisket gravy was good.
The brisket. Listen, Fatty's on a diet, so I can't eat a lot of things. But when I went over there and I saw link sausage, I was like, well, that I could eat. And then I wanted to have 12 of them. It was really, the food is out there has been phenomenal.
We appreciate
and
that.
no, you guys always do a great job and then go above and beyond, and we love it. And thank you for that. Saturday, this is another major event in Tampa Bay. We're going to be out at Harley-Davidson in Tampa Bay. This event starts at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and they have tattoo artists, they have bands, they have prizes, it's just going to be like a big festival day. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to be giving away a Harley-Davidson, hopefully to one of our listeners, but definitely to somebody out there. And I know you guys are going to be out there as well.
We're going to roll in smoking. I was super stoked talking to everybody over there about the excitement. Half of Tampa's going to show up.
Yeah.
A bunch of bikes. What could be better than a whole hog, right? So we're going to be.
Oh, you're doing the whole hog?
Oh, nice.
We're going to show up. We're going to do a true pig picking, some pig skins, some hog sandwiches. We're going to do some amazing Wagyu burgers like these. So we're going to have a good time.
You did the pig at one of the tailgates, and that was unbelievable. That was phenomenal.
That's always fun. That goes back to our Cuban heritage, and nothing better than hanging out and roasting a whole hog.
So if I'm somebody that wants to do that at home, can I get that from you?
We can dig up your backyard.
Is that what you, but I mean, is that what you do? You dig it out and then bury it in the ground?
No, at the shop we cheat. We got a beautiful BQ smoker out of the Carolinas, and we'll do it on that.
But that's what I've had Cubans, and when I lived in Miami, that would just dig the hole, put it in the ground, let it stay there all day, and then we'd eat that, and that was fantastic.
A whole 8 blocks, a little steel grate.
Yep. Yeah. So, but you can order that from the Brisket Shop? You can order it?
For sure.
Oh, that's
just
great.
Give us enough time, we'll make it happen for you.
What's the number one thing for the holidays that everybody wants?
Brisket.
Brisket, right?
Brisket. I mean, we're trying to replace hams and turkeys with brisket.
I mean, I'm with that. If you gave me a Thanksgiving with no turkey, I'd be fine. I don't dislike turkey, but I would much prefer brisket.
Our turkey breast is pretty killer, but I mean, obviously at the Brisket Shop, we're known for our Wagyu brisket.
Yeah.
It's overtaking everything. So we joke about, like, we're not going to mess with spiral hams. We'll leave that to honey ham guys.
Yeah.
But definitely we're all about that brisket.
So the Brisket Shop is on Armenia.
3501 North Armenia.
Right across from the Humane Society.
Yeah,
right next to
Right there. It's easy to find, and I'll tell you that for some reason this last couple of years, last 2 years or so, I don't know if it's because of the television exposure or the social media, because I think I follow every barbecue guy around. People have this great interest now in smoking meats and in barbecuing and grilling. I mean, obviously people have been doing it forever, but there seems to be this huge uptick. And nobody, the problem with me was in the beginning, I didn't know you when I started. So I had to go by trial and error, and I didn't have a Yoda to help me out with all this stuff like I have with you now. If you want to go and learn how to do this stuff, or if you're thinking about buying a grill or what you need, you guys have all those right there at the shop. I mean, there's the meats end of it, but there's also all the Primo grills. There's the pizza ovens. There's all the stuff you need for all the grilling is all right there in the shop.
There's a huge portion of our business which is building custom outdoor kitchens, which no one really realizes.
Yeah.
And what really separates us is the fact that we want to make you better. We want to make you. We were born in front of a grill. We were born in a kitchen, so we want to make you better. We want to be that Yoda for everybody. So if you need help with a custom design of an outdoor kitchen or just that Primo or that backyard grill, if it's live fire and you're enjoying your backyard, we want to make you better at it.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I love going in there, man. There's like a couple of stores where when you walk in there, like, yeah, I want everything in here, and that's how I feel when I go there. I never leave without an accessory or something when I go in. There's stuff that I didn't even know existed until I've been in the store. They are located on our Armenia area, the Brisket Shop, and then of course our tailgates, and then Saturday out at Harley-Davidson, Tampa Bay. And are you doing the big Barbecue Love Fest?
Barbecue Love Fest. Unfortunately, due to these storms and the impact on the whole entire Bay Area, we made the decision of having to move it to the spring.
Yeah,
I think it was the right decision because there's not one of us that hasn't been impacted.
Sure.
Right? Especially with the amount of EMT and first responders and firefighters and cops and all of that we've got to participate. So we're still supporting 3 amazing causes. It's still a 501c3. All those dollars stay right here in the Bay Area. It's going to happen on May 3rd. So what's better than bourbon, Little Horses, first Saturday of May's Kentucky Derby.
Perfect.
So it's going to coincide with the center of epicenter of barbecue is going to be right here at Perry Harvey Park.
Good. Okay, great. All right, that's perfect. That's always a great event. We'll have you back before then.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to dig into some food here.
Yeah, I already had a brisket taco, and I'm going to have probably 2 or 17 more. Yeah, those are so good, and that fresh salsa on there too is unbelievable.
And we were just talking about off the air. If people want to order stuff for the holidays, they should get that in now, right?
Still taking some orders. Got a limited amount of those Wagyu dry aged beef ribs that we're smoking. Pick up a whole rack of beef ribs. Be a rock star for Christmas.
Listen, do what I do. Tell everybody that you made it, and just go pick it up from the Brisket Shop.
Yeah,
And be like, man, I've been smoking these all night. I'm like, another thing I wanted to tell you or ask you about. Before I really knew you, I signed up for classes on the website, and then COVID canceled that. COVID hit, and we were like, I called up one day, and I was like, you guys still going to do this? And you were like, I don't know. I'm not sure if we're. Wow, do you ever do that again, or would you consider doing that?
We've got a lot of that program going on for 2025.
Oh,
especially
yeah.
with the weather, that backyard. We've got a live kitchen out back, so we fire up a grill 7 days a week if we're at the store. So we were definitely keep an eye on our Instagram. We got a lot of programming.
You guys are Primo Grill dealers.
Primo Grill dealers.
And Primo is similar to the Big Green Egg. They're made here in America. They're the ceramic grill, and there is a process of learning how to grill on one of those grills. There's not just putting the coals in and turning it on and letting it sit. You have to put a little effort into it. But once you nail it, once you get it down, the stuff that you can make on it is fantastic. So when I first got my grill, I kind of felt like I needed some lessons. So the fact that you guys will do that next year, I think is great. That'll get a bunch of people over there into the shop to learn how to really be great grill masters.
That is definitely our goal, is to flatten that learning curve, to make it easier for you. It shouldn't be intimidating at all. You should be enjoying the heck out of it in your own backyard, feeding your family.
All right, good. I'll be there. Danny, thank you. Thank you for getting up early and coming all the way over here.
Appreciate you all. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah,
Merry
you
Christmas.
too. We're going to go eat. It's the Mike Calta Show. We'll be back with Martin Gramatica, and we're going to do our football picks. It's 102.5 The Bone. In the studio with us is Martin Gramatica. How are you doing?
If it was school, I wouldn't be here.
No, it would not. How were you in school? Were you a good student?
Horrible.
Let me ask you this. When you go to Kansas State, how often do you have to go to classes?
Depends on the subject and the class. A good friend of mine from Argentina ran the math department, was part of the math department.
Wow.
So I didn't really go much. That helps. And I got A's.
Yeah, you don't go to the class and you just get A's. But I mean, I get it. You're working in essence. Like you can't. Like before they were paying you for your name, image, and likeness, you were just a student there who had a very demanding job and also had to maintain grades. That doesn't seem very fair.
No, and it's tough because I tell my kids that they don't realize I'll remember my scholarship forever. It was $308 a month. That's
like a stipend that you would get?
Well, that was our scholarship check. That's what we had to
pay for classes?
No. They paid for all our classes.
Right. Oh, but
this is for living. You know, like here's $308 for the month.
So here's $300 for the month that you're supposed to survive on. Now, I imagine you probably had some sort of food program.
Well, they fed us.
Cafeteria.
They fed us breakfast and dinner.
Okay.
No lunch. Lunch. You're on your own. Yeah.
All right. So then you had to go. And you had to probably spend most of your time playing football, and then squeeze in some schoolwork in between. It wasn't like you can go get a part-time job. Also,
there was no time for a part-time. So I made money in the summer. I worked all summer to have enough cash to last me the whole year. So
what did you do?
The best job I ever had was being an interpreter at the courthouse.
Oh, sure.
So they were paying, I believe, it's like $17, $18 an hour back then.
Right.
To just sit in the courtroom.
That's great.
There's days that I may have translated 2-3 words.
Really?
And it's a small town, so you know the judge, and he would laugh because I'd mess it up, and he'd know. Because it was hard for me to say, I committed this crime, because I'm supposed to translate it exactly word for word. And I kept telling him, it's like, I didn't do anything. He did.
Do me a favor. In Espanol, let me hear you say, I am a rapist.
No. Whoa. No. The best... I don't even know how to say that. He did it.
Let me hear you say, I touched a small child on the PB.
Sí, le toqué. Fui preso. I went to jail. No, but the funny one is I was at the jail, and we're in a cage, and then they're all coming up to see what they're convicted. And then one guy said, F milk, got pot F milk, and he was in for back then weed.
Pot,
like, you pretty much just turned yourself in.
Yeah. There's been a lot of those, like you see on the internet, where they get arrested with those shirts on. Yeah. That's so funny. Translation or a translator. That's a good gig.
No, that was great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of sucked because you were in the courtroom all day with the days that because if there was a trial, you'd have to sit there the whole trial. But it was good money, so I did it. Probably for a month and a half, and then that was enough money, hopefully. And then obviously they had financial aid. They had a grant for us to go buy clothes for like $500.
Right,
we all went and got a pair of shoes, basically.
Right.
But it was good. I just never really enjoyed school. This was even when I was younger, and just didn't come natural to me. Now that I find out my kids both have dyslexia, and I may have had No, I know I have it because my wife laughs at me. I look at a billboard and read it backwards. She's like, you got it. So it was really difficult for me to learn.
And a good thing you found it out for your kids because you can do so many things they could do for them if you get it at a young age.
Oh, there's programs now that are amazing. They basically are A and B students on their own. Before we found out, my wife had to sit there. Obviously, she'd help them, not me, because then they'd fail kindergarten. So, but she would sit at the kitchen table and kind of beat it into them. Like, what's going on with you guys? And we thought we had the dumbest kids in the world until we figured it out.
That's great for most people who may be going through the same sort of frustration with their kid. Maybe your kid has dyslexia or some sort of learning disability that you don't even realize that they have.
And there's programs. There's certain schools in the area. That's why we chose the school that we went to, because they had a special program. My wife now actually works at the program as an educational therapist because of that program. But it made wonders for our kids. Yeah, it was awesome. That's I wish I would have figured out. But you know what? I don't have the work ethic they do with school. So if they would have figured out I had dyslexia, I probably still would have been lazy with school.
You know what's weird is that I did not like school in high school. But I did like school in college. Like when I went to college and I realized that you're really there to learn, not just to go through the motions. Like you're supposed to take stuff away from it. I started enjoying it more. Like I had American government classes when I started talking about how the government really worked and things. And I was really enjoying those classes. But I had I went to St. Leo and up on 52, and I had no car. So I couldn't get a job. Right. You know what I mean? The only job I had, I was working in a library, putting books away by the Dewey Decimal System. That was and I just, after a while, just stick them anywhere,
Good luck finding it.
Yeah, good luck finding that next time you need it. So, college was not a fun experience for me. There were fun times, but just not a fun experience.
I didn't like high school because it was too early, surprisingly, for what I do now. But it was because I would stay up late and watch Letterman and watch Evening at the Improv and all that stuff, and then have to get up. And I'd be like, I don't want to get up and go to school. And luckily for us, we had our basement was refinished, so it was like an apartment down there. So I would wake up, go down in the basement, go back to sleep, and then come up around noon. And my mom would go, "You're not at school." I'd be like, I went down there.
You know what I call this job? The Klinger effect. Klinger, who was a guy from MASH. You ever watch MASH?
I did. Not a lot, but I did, yeah.
Klinger used to dress up like a woman. He was trying to get them to convince him that he was crazy, so they would send him home. And then he did a lot of things to try and convince the army that he was crazy.
He ate a Jeep.
And then at the end, when everybody went home, Klinger ended up staying because he fell in love with a girl that was from there. So with me, my whole thing is I never wanted to get up early for anything, and now I have the Klinger effect. I have to have a job that has me up before anybody else.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And this morning, especially with that cold weather, when that alarm went off, I went, no. I was dreaming about Tracy Wilkins, a girl I went to grade school with, and I haven't thought about in 40 years.
Was it cold going from your bedroom down here?
No, I mean, I didn't have to face the elements of outside, Galvin, if that's what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
That's funny you were dreaming about it. So I was reading Playboy this morning. How many people read Playboy anymore?
It's probably what it's most good for. It
was by accident. No, so I was looking for old photos, and in college I made the Playboy All-American. And I'm going through it. I'm like, oh man, if my kids see this, I can't show my kids that. But then I snapped a couple photos. I said, look, your dad's cooler than you guys. They don't do that anymore.
No.
But that was a cool thing. And we didn't get a chance to go to the bunny ranch. What is it called? No,
the mansion.
The mansion. We didn't get a chance to go to the mansion.
The mansion's great.
I know. I heard. Well, my year was the first year they didn't take us to the mansion. We went to Arizona to play golf. I'm like, what is this?
There's no girls
take
here.
This back. Take this back. No, we were mad. Well, the lefty quarterback from UCLA, McNair. Was it McNair?
Yeah, Steve McNair?
No, Cade
McNown?
Cade McNown.
Yeah.
Oh.
He messed it up because apparently he went home with one of Hugh's girls the year before. So that's the no there.
Now we all suffer.
Yeah.
We all did. We're all mad. We're all there looking at each other like, why are we here?
Gave her the old left hand.
Exactly.
So I went there for a party one time, which is a little underwhelming, because when you're a nobody and you're at the party surrounded by famous people, it's not really fun. It's fun to watch, right. But the actual layout of the building and the stuff inside it is just it's just fantastic. Like they have an animal section that rivals most zoos. They got monkeys and peacocks and what was the bird? The peacock that bit me in the leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. It's pretty amazing. They have a game room there, and when you walk in the game room, which you probably have seen in pictures before, because there's the Playboy pinball machine, the floor in the room is a giant mattress. Like so people could just be orgying out inside the game room.
Would have been nice to go.
Oh man, well you were on the All-American team, that would have been great.
But I was a kicker at All-American team. You got all these other guys.
Still doesn't matter. Somebody, one of those small little Filipino girls would have been up on you for sure. That must have been so fun. What was the worst thing that came with that? Like when you with having to be an athlete, I wish I didn't have to. Like I was thinking this morning, I have two framed jerseys upstairs. One's Brady's and one's Evans. And I looked at it and I thought, Evans came on the show and had such a good time. I think about this every morning. He came on the show, had a good time. We talked about Harry Potter and a bunch of things, and he laughed and said it was a great interview, and then never came back on the show again. And I thought, is it us or is it he just doesn't like doing interviews? And then I thought, what are they afraid of in the interviews? And then I thought, yeah, you know what? You got every jerk off going, what's the difference between playing with Baker Mayfield and Tom Brady? And I thought I probably wouldn't want to do those either. Is that the worst part?
The media?
Yeah.
Well, the media, if you say something wrong, like I learned my freshman year, I missed a kick against Nebraska, and I just basically was telling the reporter, it was really windy. I don't think it was my fault. I hit it good, but the wind blew it. The next day, the headlines was, it wasn't my fault. And then Snyder calls me.
No accountability.
The head coach calls me into the office. What did you say? I said, look, I told him exactly what I said. Well, you got to watch what you said. I never talked to that guy again. But I'm like, so then I learned, okay, the media, you got to tread lightly because they're going to, take whatever makes,
It's even worse now because everything now is like clickbait.
Right.
Anything for an internet headline to somebody to get to click on it, they go even harder.
And the other thing also is a guy like me, I want you to like me so that you'll come back on the show. I don't really care if you like me. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm not going to say things. I'm going to not try to piss you off, but if it happens, it happens. And I think that sometimes is risky with famous people.
Yeah, but in this case, it was like malicious, in my opinion. Oh, this guy that wrote that article.
That's the thing that's going to sell papers.
You know what I mean? I'm a freshman. I barely even that was my first interview in my life. I missed a big kick against Nebraska, who's a big rival. So I'm a true freshman. I'm thinking these guys are going to kill me. It's not my fault. I'm good, but the win.
How bad is it in the game when you miss one and you have to kick two more? Is it in your head the whole time that you're like, I just missed that last one?
Well, no, you actually want one right away because
really?
You always want to finish the game with a make. That way you don't have to think about it for a week. The bad one is when you miss and then you have to sit there for a week to think about it. The worst is when you miss like a playoff and then you got to think of off season. I remember I missed a big kick against Green Bay. And then we got knocked out of the playoffs, and I was like, my neighbors laugh about it. Like, man, you didn't come out of the house for like a month. And it was more like you feel bad for obviously your teammates, the coaches. We would have, if I would have made that kick, we'd have had a first round bye in the playoffs. We end up, I missed that, and then we end up going
Washington the next week, wasn't it?
Philly.
Philly, yeah.
And they knocked us out. So I'm thinking then I got to look at everybody in the eye and say we didn't get it that week off because of you. It was rough. That was rough, but. So that's the worst, but it's more that your family suffers too, because I'm locked in the house. I didn't want to come out, but they have to do their regular life.
Yeah, I would have been like, beat the Grammatica kids up at school tomorrow.
And also, you didn't have to deal with social media at the time.
That's true. Yeah.
I can imagine.
You just get hammered in social media.
What do you think is happening with Justin Tucker? Do you think it's mental, or do you think it's just he's getting older and his body's not doing what he wants it to do?
I think it could be a combination of both things. Yeah. Like when you're so used to be, and if you look at his worst year was like 86%.
Right. Like he's Hall of Famer, absolutely. Right. And I hate that if this is his last year, this is how he goes out because he was so good for so long. For this to be your last kind of image of him really stinks. Right. Like I hope that he turns around. I hope that he comes back for another year and does well because he's so good. But this is so weird for him to be missing. point after, different little chip shots that he makes in his sleep.
Right.
Now he's missing them, and it's weird.
Well, I think because of age, like your mind can tell you, I can kick a 60-yarder. He had a 66-yarder, so he knows that. But then when he can't do it physically, then you try to overdo it.
Yeah.
And that's where it could throw off his kick.
Start pulling it.
So then it becomes mental. Be like, I got to try harder because my leg's not there. I remember towards the end, my leg was shot, so I had to overkick every ball because I knew I could, just after 3 groin surgeries, I just didn't have that pop and the strength that I had before.
Did you ever do that where you were like, you knew you could make it from wherever, and you just took it easy and then you missed it and you're like, oof, I should probably drill all of these?
No, I learned that early on in college that you kick every kick like a 50-yarder.
Right.
Like whatever your range is, you don't want to go 110% because then you're not in control. But you got to make sure, you usually try to kick it about 85, 95% where you're hitting the ball super hard, but not overdoing it. Kind of like a golf
Put your
swing.
name on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would, in college, we would challenge each other with other kickers to hit it over this part of the scoreboard or hit the scoreboard.
Yeah.
That means you're hitting the ball clean, and then that way it'll help for the longer kicks. But when I started kicking, it was like soccer, straight soccer. So I would chip shot it every time. So 40 yarders, it would barely make it. 50 barely, and then extra points. And they're like, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, I'm just trying to make it. He's like, no, every kick has to be the same. So I learned that in college.
It seems now that 50 plus is like the standard. Every week now, and it seems like back when you were playing, if somebody hit a 50-yard field goal, you're like, oh my gosh, now
it'd be number 1 on ESPN.
The college kids, and they're hitting them every week, 50 plus.
Yeah, I think there's 2 things. The training is so different. It's all specific training. When my workout in college and in the pros was the same thing as an O lineman. A lot less weight, obviously, but we did the same workouts. There was no specific workouts. Now, every position has specific workouts. So I see my kids training.
Right.
I mean, it's incredible the way their bodies look compared to what I look like. Just because they've trained and they work. Just core strength and it's something that's big now that it wasn't that big back then.
Right.
And then the K ball. When my rookie year was the first year of the kicking ball. So they literally flew in 12 balls to the game where you couldn't touch them, and they weren't really broken in. So I think they're manipulating the ball a little bit now to get more distance too. But their body and their strength are just so much better. So
that's interesting. I didn't know about that.
The K ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the year before my rookie year, Minnesota used the same balls all season in the dome. They didn't get dirty, so they led the league in touchbacks. So he had 80% touchbacks in the dome, and then when he went away, it was 50. So they realized something's going on. Oh yeah, they used to break in the balls, and the quarterbacks do it.
We've heard.
Sure. Yeah. right. Yeah. You know how everybody wants to, and in this case, the kickers would do it as well, but now they didn't want touchbacks, so that's why they went back to the K ball, which is super. It was super hard to kick because it's a brand new ball. Literally, you take it out of the box, and that's what you're kicking. So you lost about at least 5 to 10 yards.
Wow.
Yeah, so, yeah.
You watching any of Gruden on Barstool?
He's funny, man.
He's great.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's getting more and more comfortable every time, and now that he's getting into full Gruden mode, I think he's gonna be great.
And that's it. What people need to realize, that's him though. He's not acting for the camera.
No.
He's not that. If you have a one-on-one with him, he's the same way.
I asked him one time. I interviewed him at the practice field at Disney, and I looked at him and I go 2 feet away from him, and I go, "Hey, what kind of music you listening to?" And he looked at me and goes, I thought he was going to go, "What a stupid question." He didn't. He looked at me and goes, "You know what I like? I like a little KC and the Sunshine Band. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight." And I was like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, it's my speed." I was like, "All right, coach, thank you."
I like he's getting out there and coming back around because he said some dumb things, and even he apologized for it. He said he was ashamed of it.
He said stuff that we all say.
Yeah, so for
10 years ago, everybody was saying that.
Let it go. He deserves to have a career and be in the NFL and all this stuff. I like that he's getting back out there now, and he's,
Yeah, I don't even care if he coaches anymore. I like him better in this capacity. He's just entertaining.
Football is better with John Gruden.
Monday Night Football was great with him. Monday Night Football was great with him. I don't even remember watching Monday Night Football anymore. I mean, the game you do, but not the pregame.
Right.
Overall, football is better when John Gruden's involved.
And do you think there's a person that knows more about football than John Gruden?
No,
I don't think there is. I don't think there is on earth.
He had a tour of his office, and he had he's got rooms of every game plan of all these different games. Oh yeah, here's the 49ers, here's the Eagles, here's the Super Bowl game plan, and he keeps all that stuff on big servers and stuff.
Oh sure,
he's obsessed with the X's and O's.
That's his life, man.
Yeah,
he loves.
And he almost lost it all because he said some dumb emails that probably everybody said at some point.
Yo, you go through my emails, we're not gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, he apologized. He said it was he regrets it. Just let him be, man.
What do you think about Belichick going to college?
Man, I spent a little time there. not long enough to really get to know him well, but he does have a different personality inside closed doors. He's a funny guy. He does have a little sense of humor. Yes, but he also is a perfectionist. I'm not sure if it works with this day and age. The kids are a little bit softer in the way you can coach them.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. And then they're super entitled because they're making so much money.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
How's he going to deal with that? Those egos and those attitudes at such a young age.
And I think that's why Nick Saban retired, because they don't care about what I can bring them for their future. They just want to know how much I can pay them.
Yeah.
So they were talking about it. As long as he has a good budget to bring in good quality players, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because he knows football. He'll be able to coach.
But they all said, did you see them on Fox NFL Sunday? They were all like, he's not going to be good on the recruiting couch.
Right.
Yeah, I can't imagine Belichick trying to convince an 18-year-old kid kind of kissing his ass. But
Edelman goes, I could see him on the couch going, I don't care. You want to come here, come here. You don't.
I think it's gonna get a lot of like the Deion factor, where he's like such a celebrity and such a name, the kids will be drawn to him simply because he's Bill Belichick.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Which I think a lot of kids, he'll get recruits on that alone.
The big thing is who's his assistant coaches, because they're the ones that are going to be doing all the recruiting. If his
For the
son,
most part,
his son probably has a little bit more in common with the actual recruits.
Well, they said part of the deal was that he wants his son to be named head coach in waiting.
Right.
Which means as soon as so as soon as he decides to walk away, his son gets the head coaching job.
Do you want a job like that?
I mean,
I only want a job like that if I deserve that job.
Yeah.
Like, do you think if I said to, well, Mike, you're gonna have to give my son this show after I retire? He doesn't deserve the show.
That's what Bobby Bowden tried to do at Florida State. He made Jeff Bowden kind of the head coach in waiting, and Jeff Bowden did not do a good job, and everybody turned on the Bowdens towards the end.
But that's how it should be.
Yeah.
If you're not doing a good job.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. You want to put. I mean, he's qualified. He's been I think he's defensive coordinator at Nebraska maybe or something.
Yeah, that's fine. The qualifications are there.
Yeah.
But don't force it upon him. If he's good enough to be there, they'll pick him on their own.
I don't know that he got that, but I had read that was one of the things he was telling North Carolina that he wanted.
Right.
It was his sons are going to be on the staff, and he wants them to be like head coach in waiting or named head coach in waiting.
Yeah, well, that's interesting.
That's a lot of pressure too for his kid.
Yeah,
can you imagine if Belichick does well a couple of years and now he hands
the kid
it
has
over?
to do it. Yeah,
right. So
it's crazy. It's gonna be fun to watch because the transfer portal just opened. So all these kids now, Belichick's in the mix. He's gonna be stealing recruits from other schools.
Yeah,
and it's North Carolina, which is not like the biggest. It's not one of the top schools.
Now, what's Deion? Because Shador goes into the draft this year, right?
Oh, Deion's going to coach the Raiders next year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he going to go to a different team? Or
I don't
is he
know.
going to stay there, you think?
A lot of people think that he's not going to.
Because he's got another kid there, doesn't he?
Well, no. Both of his sons are graduating and going to next year. Yeah.
What are they the same age?
Yeah. Well, I think one
had a red shirt or something like that.
Okay, all right.
But they're both. This is their last year. Well, not their last year of eligibility, but they're both going to the draft.
Gotcha.
So he doesn't have any of his kids. Doesn't have Travis Hunter.
Yeah, so it's time for him to wrap it up in Colorado.
Yeah, maybe, but they're still out there recruiting people to Colorado.
What about the
Deion.
number one quarterback in the? They just brought in the number one quarterback out of high school. Still young, but still, so he'll still recruit.
What about FSU?
Well, they fired everybody.
Right. So that seems like it'd be a perfect fit.
He wanted when Willie
he was
Taggart
campaigning for it hard.
When Willie Taggart got fired, a lot of people wanted Deion to be the coach of Florida State, and I think him and the athletic director didn't get along, and I think that's why Deion's kind of been on the outs with the Florida State as of late because he said some things, and but he was pissed off he didn't get the job after Willie Taggart.
He even said that he went to a different college. He graduated from a different college. He didn't even give him any credit.
So I think him and from what I can tell, him and the athletic director don't get along. So that's the beef there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this season plays out. We are doing our football picks as we do every week. We got to do them this week. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do that before we wrap up the show. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Martine is here with us as he is every Thursday. He does football picks with us. Do we know do you want to go over the standings, Carmen, just one more time before we pick for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, of course we can. So right now in dead last with 2 wins, 4 losses, Mike Calta. 3-4, Ian. 3-3, Pap. 3-2, Martine.
It's not bad.
4-4, Gio. 4-2, myself. And 4-1, Galvin.
All right.
I like it.
All right. We got time, though. Things can change.
Sure.
We got what? What are you laughing at?
There's only like 3 weeks left.
No. Oh, well, yeah, because
we go
the regular season. Yeah, you're right.
18.
Don't we
Yeah.
go playoffs? We did playoffs
No.
last year. Oh,
No,
stop it.
we said at the beginning that we were
Okay.
just doing
Yeah.
regular
I
season.
think
mean,
we
we-
did do playoffs
We
last
can.
year.
Right, we can once we get to that point,
Right.
settle debts and then pick it up again.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, did you play in the death pool this year?
I did not.
Damn it! Let's say you got to bring your money next Tuesday.
I'm cashless.
Yeah. All right, let's do it for week 15 in the NFL. Let's do our picks. Week 15, game 1. The Rams at the 49ers. I will take the 49ers. Pat.
Rams.
Galvin.
I'm going Rams.
Martine.
Rams.
Gio.
49ers.
Carmen.
Rams.
The Commanders at the Saints. I will take the Commanders. Pat.
Commanders.
Galvin.
Commanders.
Martine.
Commanders.
Gio.
Commanders.
And Carmen.
Commanders.
The Chiefs at the Browns. I will take the Chiefs. Pat.
Chiefs.
Galvin.
Chiefs.
Martine.
Chiefs.
Gio.
Jameis.
Chiefs.
And Carmen.
Chiefs.
I want to take the Browns so bad, but I'm not.
Do
going
it.
to.
I
You should
feel
do
like
it.
this
You
is a trap game.
For the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
On
is
the road.
Yeah.
Jameis could have that
Jameis.
game.
Yeah.
The Bengals. Are you good, Gio? Or are you good?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
Do it.
The Bengals at the Titans. I will take the Bengals. Pat.
Bengals.
Galvin.
Bengals.
Martine.
Bengals.
Gio.
Bengals.
Carmen.
Bengals.
The Dolphins at the Texans. I will take the Dolphins. Pat.
Texans.
Galvin.
Texans.
Martine.
Texans.
Move. Gio.
Texans.
And Carmen.
Texans.
It's all right. I don't mind worrying about this. The Ravens at the Giants. Is anybody picking the Giants?
No.
No.
The Jets at the Jaguars. I say the Jets take this one. Pat.
Jets.
Martine.
Jets.
Got to be right. Gio.
Jets.
Carmen.
Jets.
I'm going to say Jets
Galvin.
too.
Thank you.
Sorry, Galvin. The Cowboys at the Panthers. I will take the Panthers. Pat.
Cowboys.
Galvin.
Panthers.
Martine.
Panthers.
Gio.
Panthers.
And Carmen.
Panthers.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Chargers. I will take the Buccaneers. Pat.
Chargers.
Galvin.
If it was here, I think I'd take the Bucks, but there I'm going to go with Chargers.
Martine.
I'm going to go Bucks.
Gio.
Chargers.
Not a real fan.
Not a real fan. Carmen.
Scumbag.
Chargers at home.
What a football bitch.
Wait, what?
What?
Not you, Gio. Sorry. The Colts at the Broncos. I will take. I will take the Broncos. Pat.
Broncos.
Galvin.
Broncos.
Martine.
Broncos.
Gio.
Broncos.
And Carmen.
Broncos.
The Patriots at the Cardinals. I'll take the Cardinals. Pat.
Cardinals.
Galvin.
Cardinals.
Martine.
Cardinals.
Gio.
Cardinals.
And Carmen.
Cardinals.
The Bills at the Lions. I will take the Lions. Pat.
Lions.
Galvin.
This is a
That's
tough
that's
one.
gonna be a good
Game of the
game.
week right there.
This is a tough one. I'm going Lions at home.
Martine.
Lions.
Gio.
Buffalo.
Oh. But you say Josh Allen is not an elite quarterback.
No, he's not. But Lions defense can't stop
When did
anybody.
he say that?
I say it all the time.
Carmen.
Gotta go Lions.
I just don't like the Bills.
The Steelers at the Eagles. I will take the Eagles. Pat.
Steelers.
Galvin.
They're the underdogs, king of the north. I'm going Steelers.
Martine.
Eagles.
Gio.
Eagles.
Carmen.
Eagles.
How dare you?
I need the Eagles to win. I don't really care if they win, but I got Jalen Hurts in going into my playoffs for the fantasy. Packers at the Seahawks. I will take the Seahawks. Pat.
Pack them up.
Galvin.
Packers.
Yeah. I got
Packers.
Martine.
Packers.
Gio.
Pack them in. Packers.
Carmen.
Packers.
Pack it up. Pack it in. The Bears at the Vikings. I will take the Vikings. Pat.
Vikings.
Galvin.
Vikings.
Martine.
Vikings.
Gio.
Vikings.
Carmen.
Vikings.
And finally, the Falcons at the Raiders. I will take the Raiders. Pat.
Falcons.
Galvin.
I feel like they got to turn it around. I'm going Falcons.
Martine.
Falcons.
Jesus. Gio.
Falcons.
And Carmen.
Falcons.
You love the birds, don't you? All right, that is it. Your Week 15 picks.
I don't feel good about
football.
the Buccaneer pick. I don't like it.
You jinxed it.
Change it.
Nah,
Change it.
It's too late.
Not too late.
They
Same
usually
with
win
Browns.
when you
It's
don't
too
pick
late.
Yeah.
So it's good for us.
Oh, man.
Chargers is tough, man.
And they lost the tough one against the Chiefs. So
Yeah.
Well, we got a interesting weekend of football to watch, and I'm excited to watch the Buccaneers, but also that Bills-Lions game is going to be good.
Yeah, that's going to be huge.
Well, get your bets in at the Hard Rock Bet. That's what makes it more exciting for me, for sure.
Yeah,
Galvin, I'll be. I know you're not always doing the Galvin gambles, but maybe you could slide me a couple on the side.
We'll see.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to picking, so I need a little extra help.
You had a little parlay last week.
Yeah, I did, but I just did a 6-team win 'em. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Parlay. So, Martine, what do you do for the holidays? You stick around here? You got anything going on?
No, we're gonna stick around. Nico's gonna be playing the bowl game at New Year's
that's
Eve
right. That's
in
right.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
So we thought about going, but we want to just let him enjoy Hawaii. So we're gonna just wait for him. They fly back right away. So right after the game. So we'll see him for Christmas. So.
That must be nice. Imagine being his age and doing it all over again. Going to the bowl games, doing Hawaii.
I'd enjoy it a lot more.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Did I say New Year's Eve?
Yeah,
I know, man. Wait, you would enjoy it a lot more?
I would change things, you know.
If you could go back and do it again.
If I could go back, that's why we don't want to smother him. Let him have his space. Let him have fun with his teammates. My career was a little bit smothered.
Yeah, I got you.
So I wanted to give him that. Obviously, he's got to stay focused because they have a game to play, but they also have a lot of activities, a lot of fun they can have. So,
how long you been married now? I know I just asked you this last week.
20 years. Well, 20. I mean, I've known her since in 2000.
Right.
It was 25 now that we've been together. But yeah.
What would you say is the frequency in which you guys make sweet love to each other after 20 years of marriage?
As much as I can.
Yeah, right? Right? You still like her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
She thinks I would like anything, but I go, no, it's just you right now, for the
right
last
now.
20 years.
No, you for a while.
You got to be creative, though. With 3 kids, I'm like, man.
My wife said to me last night, she goes, I forgot why she said it, but she said something, and I go, I'm only into you. Now, that doesn't mean if you were like, hey, I'm going to bring a girl in here next week, what do you think about that? I'd be like, oh, hell yeah. And she just looked at me. I go, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Gross, I meant.
Ooh.
I meant to say gross.
Well, I fell asleep the other day, and my wife oh, you fell asleep. I'm like, okay, you can wake me up. I'm okay. I can't wake you up, but you can wake me up. I said, you're wasting prime years.
Yeah.
Because once our kids go away, what if it doesn't work anymore? What if I get old and so I said, you're
that
wasting
kicking leg isn't not making 50-yarders anymore.
Happens overnight.
You're just barely limping over the post.
Father time's undefeated. I said, you better take advantage,
One day you're kicking the game winner, the next day you're not.
Next day is dribbling off the tee.
Yeah.
It's blowing off the tee in the wind.
Double doink.
Next thing you have to call Tom Tupper to come hold it for you.
Right off the post.
That's not good at all.
That would be bad.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming in and doing the football picks with us. We are out. Thank you to Cody Tucker, and of course, thank you to Danny from the Brisket Shop.